Hello, you spectacular specimens of humankind, you happy-go-lucky scamps of individuals. Welcome on into the Cult of Vain, the home of hedonism, here on this little corner of Twitch. This little corner, 'tis a Monday, friends. 'Tis the Monday, the beginning of the week. And my internal organs are somewhat pickled after a indulgent weekend. An indulgent weekend of an excessive amount of alcohol. It was good. It was good fun. It was good fun. Rowan Rose, come here, you cheeky devil. Starting things off with a cheeky kiss. Oh, my lordy. Oh, my lordy. You cheeky, cheeky devil, you. How we doing, friends? What were you up to? What were your weekends like? Tell me all of the interesting and hedonistic things that you did this weekend. I want to know what it is that you did that was a little bit indulgent just for you. Just a little bit of indulgence just for you. All right? No matter how big or small. I want to know about it. Tell me while I catch up with chat. How you doing, Rowan Rose? Hello, Gilus, you cheeky little devil. Hello, Razotta. How's it going? 3 times in a row it must be spoken. Unbroken. Valen Vane, Valen Vane, Valen Vane. She's everywhere.
Panda to it. Panda to it.
What's the female equivalent of teabagging called? A flappuccino.
A flappuccino? I'm on board it. I like a good flappuccino. I have to say. Teabagging, flappuccino. I also heard it as the clam slam once upon a time. That was an interesting interpretation of it. That was a whole dynamic. It has to be said. Thank you very much, 100 little pandering stupidity, you beautiful bean. Jason Andrew, how's it going, you glorious individual? Just me, Kate, yet, and you lurk away. You cheeky devil. Oh my lordy, ladies and gentlemen and all genders outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who did they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness. How very dare that delightful individual known as Milky Pork come in here.
Yeah,
You cheeky little devil. And subscribe as well. You cheeky little shit. 42 months. My God, you raided in with the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, Milky Pork. Life, the universe, and everything, you cheeky devil. What were you up to today? Tell me all about it. Tell me what was going on. Tell me what was happening. Tell me what was happening, you cheeky devil. Frostpunk, doing some more Frostpunk, indulging in Jay Britton's sultry tones, you know. Look. Every time, Milky Pork. Every fucking time, friend. Every time. I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. I'm still about 25 subscriptions behind from the birthday, but it's all right. I know which 25 now. 25. By having your name on the mirror vein, means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough, but god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, me. Yeah, you know, you cheeky devil, you. I had to stop writing earlier because my imperial wank fist couldn't take any more scrawling, you know? Couldn't take any more scrawling. Friends, if you're new here from Milky Pork Streams, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard. And don't be corrupting the ears of the young. I'm particularly hedonistic at the moment as well, because I've seen Rocky Horror a lot recently. I've seen a lot of Rocky Horror going on, so I'm feeling the vibes. If you have not seen already, you cheeky little devils, all right? If you haven't noticed, you know. People from my stream, go and check out the glorious Milky Pork. Milky Pork is a wonderful, wonderful human being. Plays one of my favorite Zen lurky games. The joys of... Not Signal Simulator. It is the Signal Simulator one, though. Voices of the Void. There we go. Yeah, Voices of the Void. Thank you very much, Milky Pork, for reminding me. Voices of the... Good fun game. I like that one. I can't play it myself. I tried. I own it, but I struggle with it. I struggle to like know what's going on with it, you know? to know what's going on with it. But yeah, go check out Milky Park. They're beautiful and glorious and spectacular, and we appreciate them. We appreciate them very, very dearly. And also play Frostpunk with the sultry tones of Jay Britton saying, "A new order has passed. Bend over and spread them consensually." You know how it be. You know how it be. Milky Park, as always, if you need to disappear off, go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage. Please go do so. Please look after yourself, cheeky little devil you. All right. Yeah, just me, get you luck away, you cheeky little devil. How's it going, Kiara? Hello, you cheeky, wonderful individual, you. Dabber Cogsworth, it's your birth anniversary tomorrow. How exciting. Are you doing anything special for it? If you pop into stream tomorrow, I will sing at you. I'd like to say sing for you, but realistically speaking, it's definitely going to be at you, isn't it, really? I'm just going to sing at you. You know? You doing anything special for it? Lunicorn, you cheeky little devil. How you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Gilus, lurk away, you cheeky little devil, you. How's it going? Darkly Divine, darling, you beautiful being. How's it going? How's your time zone? Warm. Warm and humidities. I've got humidities. Even though my AAA flat batteries may not, people may not assume that one would get humidities with my AAA flat batteries, but I fucking do. Apparently so. Especially when it's this fucking humid. It rained earlier on, and suddenly I just can't breathe because it's so fucking toasty and warm. But it's been alright. It's been alright. I've also had a very bouncy brain today, which you might be able to just pick up little hints at. Do you know what I mean? Just little hints of, yeah? Right? Right? It was your brain again, wasn't it? It wasn't my brain again, Shade and Sunshine. It wasn't my brain. Literally 10 minutes. The reason why I was late today was 10 minutes before I pressed go live. I saw that they had dropped a trailer for a new Predator movie called Predator Badlands. And I had seen that they'd launched a teaser trailer for it a while ago, and I was meant to do like a reaction video for it and failed miserably to do so. And I was like, oh, well, I've got 10 minutes. The actual trailer itself is only 2 minutes. I'll do a quick reaction video. I've got everything set up. I'm all made up. I'm looking pretty. I've got 10 minutes. I'll do a quick reaction video of me reacting to that, because it'll take 5 minutes to do the reaction video, 3 minutes of idle banter, then me watching the actual thing. Naturally, that didn't happen. Naturally, everything took a little bit longer than it usually does because time blindness is a thing. Woo! But as soon as I finish stream today, I'm literally gonna do a quick edit and then upload it onto YouTube. So that'll be done straight away as a cheeky little extra, as it's been, because I fucking love the Predator universe and I love the Alien universe. So I was quite excited that they, especially after Alien Romulus came out and how much I enjoyed that, the majority of that. I was quite excited to see what new things they would have done with the Predator universe. And if you're around later tonight or tomorrow and you would like to see it, then it'll be available. Like, I don't know, probably an hour after I finish stream. you know. I will say that Rocky Horror, going to see Rocky Horror twice especially, has really got my like creative juices flowing again. I am an excitable individual. I need to go see more live shows. Live shows always stimulate my creativity. You know? Not bad, covered in paint and hot glue gun burns. I've never been happier. Sounds indulgent as shit. Love this. Love this. Big fan of covering oneself in hot glue burns. What? Why? What? Finishing art projects. That's fair enough. Is it art projects for anything in particular, Darkly Divine Darling? Or is it just for fun? That is not a bad thing. By any stretch of imagination, I will always take fun things, you know? Sounds awesome, I know, right? Blondie, truly excellent taste. Oh. Kiss cover. Yeah. So the introduction song today was, because I was just in a real mood for it, was a band called Broken Peach that do cover songs, but they tend to do like mashups of cover songs. So that was Call Me by Blondie mashed in with I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss. So yeah, it's a good mashup in my opinion. It's a very good mashup, and I was like, do you know what? I really want to fucking listen to that. So I did, you know? Am I gonna get like it muted on my VOD for it? Probably. I don't give a shit. And those people that are watching the VOD on YouTube, you don't get to hear the intro stuff anyway. I cut all that shit out. So, you know. Naturally. I don't listen to Blondie, but when I do, I wouldn't know because I don't listen to Blondie. I like it, right? I like it. Just finished some new bone sculptures made out of real bone or made to look like bone, Darkly Divine Darling. Questions are being thrown out there, right? Liked hearing about art development, for sure. Post pictures once everyone's good. Perfect. Love to see it. Yes, we want to see more of this. More creativity. I want to see your creativity, friends. My creativity is indulgent as shit, but your creativity, that's where it's at. How you doing, Mendiza? Hello, you beautiful being. Kiara Strings coming in with their 65 streams in a row. 65 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here. Do you know what? Given how fucking humidity, how humidity it is, I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all. Astra, are you still here, you beautiful being? Astra Kias, are you still here? How's it going, Zabadi, and how you doing? And then also, One True Cripple coming in with the Trousers Are Overrated 70 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here as well. Good lot. Those are some long old streaks you and Kiara have got going on there. Also, did you have a wonderful, I want to say anniversary? One True Cripple? You had some time away with one of your partners. Did you have a wonderful time? Was it great? Was it wonderful?
Panda to it.
A vagina is like the weather. Once it's wet, it's time to go inside. What do a penis and a Rubik's Cube have in common? The more you play with it, the harder it gets. What's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom? One snatches your watch. The other watches your snatch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You got something on the brain there, Stupidia? Got something going on with your brain pan? Sunshine? Good lord. Good lord. Still very tired still? Well, if you just want to come and hang out and listen to my dulcet tones, Abadi, and you are always welcome, my friend. Always welcome, you cheeky devil. I appreciate you coming by and saying hi, and hopefully we can replenish some of your spoons as the evening progresses, you know? Yeah, now. I did a scary thing all by myself today. I require a cheeky kiss. Rowan Rose, you deserve that cheeky kiss. And do you know what? You can have a second one here. Look, come here. There you go. There you go. I gave you a second cheeky kiss for doing the scary thing. One was because you claimed it using your channel points. And the second one was just because you did a scary thing all by yourself today. Good on you. Good on you. Nice little reward from me to you. All right. Painted lady. Hello, you beautiful individual. Welcome on in, you cheeky devil. How's it going? Zooty Booty, you wonderful bean. You wonderful individual. I'm still haunting your stream. I'm glad to hear it. I did so very little over the weekend, so we're needing as a smolder as a reward. I see how it is. I see how it is, Astro, you cheeky little devil, coming over here, getting all close and personal, getting all up in my business. I know what's going on. I know what's happening here. You took some time for yourself. And sometimes that can be the hardest thing that a person can do. The hardest thing a person can do is just stop. Just stop for a minute. And you did that. You did that. And now you're getting all of my business as a kind and gentle little reward, right? Cheeky devil. What do you like? Scandalous. Outrageous. And preposterous. But I'm glad. I'm glad that you took some time just for you. You know. You can tell I've been to Rocky Horror, can't you? You can tell I've been to Rocky Horror. The eroticism is coming out. The sensuality. I'm unsure how to ask this, but I thought you were avoiding spiders. No. You're welcome to ask, Jamjar. I was avoiding spiders for a very, very, very long time. How do I put this? I realized, so for the TLDR, for people that don't know, is that the owners of the Spiders nightclub made shortly after the pandemic. So we're talking fucking hell, 4 years ago now. the owners of Spiders nightclub made some very badly worded statements. Very victim blamey statements. That naturally I had an issue with. And when they were called out for it, they doubled down. I will say, from what I understand, this was shortly after they had, this was the first real social media interaction they'd had since the pandemic, and just before the pandemic, they had let go of their social media person. No worries, Mendiza, you take it easy. You take it easy, you beautiful bean. There was a big boycott of Spiders. A lot of people avoided Spiders for a very long time, including me. Very, very specifically me. I stepped away. And I stood by my guns. I stood by my guns. And more people over time started going back to Spiders. The Spiders never stopped being a thriving club, because an awful lot of people within this city prioritize their good time over the moral standing. And it's been on my brain a lot. It's been on my brain a lot over the years, because I fucking love night. Like, Spiders was my go-to place since I was 14 years old. Do you know what I mean? 14 years old. Over 2 decades I've been going to that nightclub. And naturally it felt like a big betrayal. It felt like I needed to stand by my morals, and I did stand by my morals 110%. And the reason why I am no longer avoiding Spiders is because I realized that the owners of Spiders actually have nothing to do with the nightclub anymore. They own the building. But they never go. They never partake in any aspect of it. They're never there. And the people that work there, the staff, the bouncers, they've always looked out for people. They do not follow the same ethos that was doubled down upon. And the only person that was actually missing out on anything, the only person that was actually suffering from this entire experience was me. The only person that was suffering was me, because my friends would go, because they wanted to support the staff, they wanted to support the bouncers, they wanted to go and have a good night in a place that we all trusted. We do trust, because we believe in the staff and we believe in the bouncers. The owners are just shit, because they make stupid statements that are badly worded, and when they're called out on how badly worded they are, they double down. But they aren't, as much as they are the ones that own the club, they aren't what makes Spiders. They aren't part of that community. They aren't part of the nightclub. Sure, they own it, and yeah, they profit off it. But the person that was suffering for all of it was me. They weren't suffering. They still made all their money. All my friends were going. The one place that I could call like a home in my hometown was being denied to me by myself. Not because of the people that work there, not because of the staff, not because of the bouncers, not because of the people that like visit, you know. But because of 2 people who haven't been to the club since it was the early 80s, maybe mid 80s, outside of going to check fucking tills and shit. So yeah, so I made the decision. I made the decision that I was gonna step down off my high horse and go and believe in the staff that work there, and go and believe in the bouncers to keep people safe, like they always had done. And continue, if it ever happens again, if any other stupid statements get put out onto the internet, continue to stand against them until such a time as I am banned from the nightclub, or until such a time as people stop being pretentious fucks and realize that what they've said is wrong. I even remember very clearly them making this stupid fucking statement, and people made a very, like I said, it was a very victim blamey statement, and to be honest with you, it was just very, very badly worded. It wasn't like we're blaming all victims. It was here is some wording that makes it look like we are blaming all victims, and that was like a lot of people were very angry. A lot of people lashed out. A lot of people were like, "Oh my fucking god, you're fucking disgusting." Blah, 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 blah. I took the more diplomatic approach, as many of you know I do, and I was like, "Hey, this is a really badly worded statement. I can see that what you were intending was something along these lines, but I think now is a good time to just be like, hey, we're sorry. Throw out the apology and let people know that this isn't what you're about. That this isn't what, like, Spiders is about." And loads of people, I think, like, my comment was, like, the top comment in that entire fucking post. Like, hundreds of people liked it. They were like, yes, this is it. This is where it's at. The diplomacy is like, they've done something fucking stupid. They need to admit to it, take accountability for bad wording or what have you. And they didn't. They doubled down. And it was just like, for fuck's sake. Fuck this noise, you bastards. But yeah, so that's the TLDR as to why I am back in Spiders. Is this gonna, like, make people question my moral standing? Perhaps. But I know where my morals lie. And when the only person who is suffering is me, me standing on my moral high horse doesn't really count for anything, does it? Realistically speaking, doesn't hurt the people that said the stupid fucking statement. It hurts me. It hurts my friends who want to go out with me. It hurts the staff who want to see me and haven't seen me in fucking ages. When I went on Saturday, I literally was like, hey, how's it going? They were, oh my god, we haven't seen you in ages, Val. How you doing? How's it going? I was just like, it was just really nice to be welcomed back with open arms, and they were just like, yeah, welcome back, fucking hell. There was a part of me that thought I might already be banned, because they've definitely had a history of that in the past, but yeah, you know, it was one of those things. It was one of those things. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I feel, you know what, I feel fine about it. I feel like it was a good night. I feel like it was it said a lot to me about, like, I feel like on Saturday night I remembered why I went to Spiders in the first place, because it feels like home. It feels very welcoming. Everyone's there, everyone's having a good time, everyone's looking out for each other. You know, it's like, regardless of the people that own it, the community that is there is so much more than the people who own the building. You know? So yeah, so that's where it's at. That's where that's at. I started rereading the Lords series again. It's my favorite dark romance series. I'm obsessed. I haven't read anything apart from Pleasure to Purpose, which is the book that I'm reading at the moment, the novel I'm reading at the moment. And I need to, that's a really good point. I need to book in that interview with the people who made it. But excuse me. Yeah, apart from that, I haven't had a chance to really read anything at the moment. What is this dark romance series you're obsessed with, Darkly Divine Darling? Tell me more. Tell me more. Max Wattage for the 67 months, Max. 67 months at tier 2. Jesus H. Christ and the wee little donkey. That is such a long period of time, you beautiful being. I shall now inscribe your name from the black tier 2 ink. by having your name on the mirror vein in the black tier 2 ink. And you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes, including the tier 2 Pokemon emotes with my face on them. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I wish I was someone else. Because then I'd get to look at me. Ooh, sexy, oh, yes, me. You know? Yeah, cheeky devil, you. My weekend was mostly spent catching up on pointless tasks, housework and hobbies. A few friends went out for drinks on board games. Drinks and board games sounds fucking excellent, Jamjar. Drinks and board games sounds fucking excellent. Friday night, I got on a fucking mission. It started with me hoovering my bedroom. And from that point onwards, I think it was like fucking 9:30 in the morning. I was like, oh, I'll just give my bedroom a quick hoover, and then proceeded to spend the next 8 hours deep cleaning the entire fucking house. Deep cleaning the entire house. So now my house is fucking spotless. It's beautiful. I'm very glad that I did it. But it was like, oh, okay, this is something I'm doing now. All right, there we go. That's fine. That's all right. That's good. You know. Astra with the 3 streams in a row. Get to be cheeks out while I'm prepping for a run TTRPG in a few weeks. Oh, how very exciting. Very exciting. Scandalous as it should be. So it should be. Always. What more do you need in life, right? What more do you need in life? I went to see the Coldplay tribute at work on Saturday night and danced far too much. I have a very angry body now, but 100% worth it. I'm very, very glad to hear it. Coldplay are one of those bands that I have never been into. Obviously, they are all over the place at the moment because of people having affairs and making a massive fucking deal out of it. And to be honest with you, I find that all very, very entertaining. I think that's the reason why it's such a massive thing, is because nobody of any moral standing
Most kind.
approves of cheating. I don't think anybody particularly approves of cheating. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people find themselves in a position where they have cheated on somebody for whatever fucking reason and stuff like that, but I don't think there's any justification for it. You know what I mean? There's no justification for it. Unless, of course, you are in, like, a horrifically toxic marriage and you need to escape and there's no way to do that without running away to some... Like, there are obviously exceptions to each rule, but generally speaking, on a moral standpoint, I find it fucking hilarious that 2 people have been caught cheating at a Coldplay concert because yeah, that's just genuinely fucking hilarious. I just genuinely feel really, really sorry for the pair of their families who have now been thrown into this, of all of that shit, you know? Anyway, Henry Hoover sucketh. Thank you very much, Jam Jar. Henry Hoover sucketh. Your name is now inscribed on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, don't make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, oh yes, meow, you know? Yeah, now, you beautiful bean. Thank you very much, Jam Jaff, for that. Fucking Henry Hoover sucker. God damn it. Whoop. Van streaming eating a tub of ice cream. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I've got a tub of ice cream. It's not even a flavor I particularly like, but it's there. It's there. Lovely that 60 minutes in Twitch pushes a notification. Oh, classic. I've always had an issue with a notification, that ticking that bell, and it's just like, oh, by the way, this person's live. Go in. It's like, they've been live for 1 hour and 32 minutes. And it's like, where was my notification 1 hour and 32 minutes ago? What the fuck? Lurking while cooking. No worries, Senpai. You take it easy. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope that whatever it is that you're preparing, chefing up for us, is delightful and salivatingly tasty. As I am sure it will be. As I am absolutely positive it will be. That mirror looks like you should cope with a good few more impromptu erections worth of subs. Just an observation. Nope, don't know what you're talking about. It's very fragile, actually, Astra. It's very fragile. Can't be taking that level of pounding. I mean, choo-choos, ha, right? right? Cookie dough ice cream, yeah. Did entirely nothing this weekend because it's what my body needed. That in itself is an indulgence, Rowan Rose. I approve. Your body required certain things. You indulged it in those requirements. On board it, all right? I did, however, get some very exciting news on Saturday. The thing I sent you a message about a little while ago, I've applied for it and been accepted into the program. That is very, very exciting. That is so fucking exciting, Rowan Rose. I love this. I love this for you. Been too dead to post about it. No. That is quite all right. You do whatever it is you need to do, as always. But it's still very exciting. Still very, very exciting, for sure, right? Void Boys! I was gaming with Peachy and Josh a few days ago. I need to message them again and see if they're up for another game sometime. It was good fun. Since I'm not working this week, I wanted to do another Frostpunk stream, and I thought I could also raid you since I don't get to do that very much. Milky Pork, it is always a pleasure, my friend, and thank you so much for thinking of me. Thank you. Of all of the people you could have raided on Twitch, you chose me, and I appreciate that. Also got into the game, so I almost forgot. That is entirely fair. I do that an awful lot. Especially with stuff like blueprints and shit like that, where I just get real absorbed into it, you know? Salted caramel, wonder if it would taste like if you mixed it all up. People love mixing their ice creams. I've never understood the appeal of it. I've never understood the appeal of mixing ice cream flavors, but not that I'm against it. People want to mix their flavors. You mix your flavor, no issue at all. But it's just for me personally. I'm like, no. Why would I do that? I can just have it separately. You know. Onion Pencil, you like why you're beautiful being. I appreciate you being here. You take it easy, you sweet individual. You. Wild Annie, can I get a shout out for Wild Annie, you cheeky little devil? You're looking very hair chestacular this evening. Behold my cashmere. Oh, the tantalizing nature of the cashmere. The sweet rug of love. Oh, that's the one. People go check out Wild Annie. Wild Annie's a wonderful, wonderful human being who was... What were you playing this morning? Oh, you were playing My Friendly Neighborhood. My Friendly Neighborhood. There we go. Yeah, playing My Friendly Neighborhood this morning, which was good fun. It's one of those mascot horror games that I was tempted to play many, many moons ago, and then I realized that I'd seen too much of it to really... Because I like playing things... I bumble fucking my way through, right? So if I see too much of a game, then I'm like, I've seen too much of this. And My Friendly Neighborhood is one of those games that I've seen too much of to really have it as like a first-time playthrough type thing, you know? Love the earrings. Thank you very much. We've got our usual dangly spiky things, and then this one was got from Lunacon and Pixie Bomb, if I remember correctly, which is little peacock, sexy little peacock. Was feeling it, you know. What a lovely outfit. Oh, Amber, I knew you'd love this outfit. Do you want to see the look at this? Whoop. Oh, can you see that? A laced fly. Because sometimes it was all Lou. All right, okay, cool. Pixie Bomb. It came with the... Yeah, I remember. It came with the present. But yeah, no, it was Lunacon 666 who got me the sexy earrings. But we see dark. You want to see it? You see darkness. I can't get it any closer, unfortunately, non-binary. Otherwise, Twitch might be like, hey, you're trying to draw people to your gusset, and that's against terms of service. Also, how you doing, non-binary? How's it going? Pixie Bomb, how you doing, you beautiful being? Yeah, people go check out Wild Annie. Wild Annie was a wonderful human being. I often pop in on a morning, because they stream nearly every day. So I pop in on a morning. They keep me company as I'm waking the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Oh, right, let me try and scroll down a little bit and catch up with stuff because I realize I'm so fucking far behind, chat. Very tired still, no worries to Zabadi and you, take it easy. Mine's in the gutter, so it fucking should be. That's where I belong. Stupedia coming in with the 5 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here. You can't do the anti-say anymore. I've been to see Rocky Horror now. It's done. It's done and done. All right? Done and done. No worries, yeah, Onion Pencil, do you take whatever time you need, beautiful being. You take whatever time you need. I want 2 emotes, and now I'm thinking about which 2 I want and how they should look. Oh, very exciting. Very exciting, Zabadian. What are your thoughts so far? If you're not lurking, if you're happy to talk about it, what are your thoughts so far of the emotes you're thinking of? Do you know what I mean? Mendiza, you take it easy, you beautiful being. Thanks very much for stopping by and saying hi. Appreciate you. It's a Dean. How you doing? How's it going? Speaking of pandemic, guess who has COVID for the second time? I'm gutted to hear that, Dean. I hope it isn't beating you down. I hope it's not hitting you too hard, because I've had it a few times myself and it sucks. Stubbly testicles. It is not good. Sometimes you can have an easier time of it, but it depends on what strain you've got. So I hope it's not beating you up too much, you know. Hope you recover well and strong. Exactly. How you doing? It's Pseudoopolis. Hello, you beautiful bean. You know what I mean? I won't get to go to my little brother's wedding. No. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Dean. Is there any way to know whether it's a strain that fucks off nice and easy? It's beating me down, which means I have to miss it. Oh no, that's real fucking shit. That's real fucking shit. I'm genuinely really fucking gutted for you, Dean. I'm genuinely really gutted for you. Fucking hell. Sending all the love, buddy. Honestly, that's fucking awful. I was so confused, didn't figure you become an arachnophobe overnight. No. Not me. Actually, do you know what? I've never been afraid of spiders. I've never been afraid of them. I don't like it when they appear out of fucking nowhere. Do you know what I mean? I don't like it when they appear out of fucking nowhere. But generally speaking, I've never really wanted to touch them or anything like that, but I've never been afraid of them. And then, like, recently I've just been like, oh, for fuck's sake, there's a spider there. Just come here, you. Fucking hell. Get off my arm. Jesus Christ. Here's a plant. Kill whatever's there. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? Noman Looney, hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going, you cheeky little devil? How are things? I hope that you are surviving in this heat, given the latex-based attire that you tend to wear. You beautiful individual. Real Angry Hedgehog, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Fuckers makes me mad, yeah. But it's always the case, isn't it, Wild Annie? It's always the case that these a few people spoil it for the rest of everyone else, and on the other side of things, it's also like usually people that have money and power that are the ones that spoil it for everybody else. Usually, let's be honest about this. No latex for the last few weeks. Wore it yesterday. Yesterday there was lots of storm clouds where I'm living, Noman Looney. Was there storm clouds? Was it storming there and therefore bringing all of the temperature down? Is that the reason why you managed to get through it, right? Oh yeah, love it. Love it. Anytime you get that little moment where you're just like, right, let's fucking go. I was thoroughly enjoying the storms as I was hanging out my ass. It was great. Ms. Coco Bay, how you doing, you beautiful bean? How's it going? Well, hello there. Hello there, Real Angry Hedgehog, you beautiful bean. I think you made a good decision to choose your own happiness and support the staff who don't share the opinions. I completely agree. And do you know what the thing is, Jamjar? I've met the owners of the club before, and I don't think they share those opinions. I just think they don't. I think the issue is that they were too proud to admit that they were wrong, and as a result of being too proud to admit that they were wrong, they doubled down instead of just being like, hey, yeah, we fucked up. Do you know what I mean? Are you gay? European Pat. Do you want me to be? Is that what you want? I'm a very open-minded individual. All right. And sometimes other parts of me are very open as well. Depends how nicely you ask and buy me a cocktail first, you know? That didn't make me uncomfortable at all by any stretch of the imagination, European Pat. I have got that question thrown at me an awful lot of the time, but usually people say hi before they ask the question. They come in, they get to know me a little bit, get to know the community, get to know what's going on, see what the vibes are, and then ask the question, excuse me, do you mind if I ask, are you gay? Or what is your sexuality, you know? Those kinds of things. I like your energy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's hedonistic as fuck. That's the way I tend to roll. To Didn't notice until now. Oh, my profile picture? Yeah. Well, we had to change it back from Mr. Blobby, didn't we? We had to change it back from that fucking terrifying nightmare that is me as Mr. Blobby. That had to be done. That had to be done. Didn't notice until now? Yeah. We changed it up. Give me your description here. I personally still hold your morals in high regard. Keep it up. Thank you very much, buddy, and I appreciate you saying that. I genuinely really do. Next time I'm up, you're taking me to spiders. Game on. Game on. Let's go. I'm all for it. I am all for it for sure. Robblehead, how you doing, you beautiful bean? How's it going? Millen, you beautiful individual, had a good weekend. Picked up the ring. Ooh.
Little stalker.
European Pat, thank you very much for the follow, you exquisite individual. Then you're gaining a small follow. I very much appreciate that. Welcome on in to the Cult of Vane, the home of hedonism here on Twitch. It's the only way to do it. Picked up the ring and Shivers, Cronenberg's first movie from a local store, and a great burger at one of the best burger places in my city. Oh, that sounds like a fucking wonderful weekend. I have to say, as I was getting ready for Rocky Horror on Saturday, I decided to put on a movie that I've always been intrigued by, but has been slated, absolutely fucking slated by the world of movie critics, which is Morbius. The vampire Marvel movie. Many people said it is the worst movie that has ever been made. Those people have not seen the 2025 Crow remake. Like, Morbius is a decidedly it's a movie is what it is. It's not a good movie. It's a
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
that kind of movie. Do you know what I mean? Painted Lady, thank you very much for giving us up into the community, you beautiful individual. I wouldn't by any stretch of the imagination say it was the worst movie that's ever been made. There are a lot of movies that I have seen where I've been like, these are infinitely better than, infinitely worse than Morbius. And I will say that I never finished watching Morbius. It's okay, but nowhere near the rip-off Birdman. Oh no, God no. Like I didn't finish watching it because I got bored. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, all right, I'm bored now. I've seen enough of this to know that it's not my cup of tea. Fair enough. The aesthetics were pretty interesting. I think it was far more the kind of comic movie that I was expecting in like the 80s. Much better graphics, obviously, but like storyline, it was like somebody from the 80s were like, cool, let's write a comic movie. Or they'd found a Morbius script somewhere and been like, let's make this into a movie now. You know? I will inscribe their name upon the mirror of Vane. I won't call them out though, because I haven't seen them say anything yet in chat. By having their name upon the mirror of Vane means they get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know. Painted Lady, thank you very much for gifting that out there. I really appreciate that.
Pander to my ego. Pander to it. Pander to it.
Interruption. I'm ill, so it's late.
I'm ill, so it's late. Well covered. I was about to straight up just be like, you're too slow. But actually, no, I'll give that. Give that where it's due. Do you know what I mean? Give that where it's due. Good Lord. Dark the Divine Darling highlighting a message that I've only just got to. Hold on, bear with me 2 seconds. You got me talking now. Okay, as a spoiler free, it's a dark college romance about a secret society at Barrington University called Lords. Stands for what the Lords embody: loyalty, order, knowing how to rule, and be a deity. They're celibate for the first 3 years of their time at Barrington, and then they are given a chosen one for their loyalty. It's the Lords. It's got elements of BDSM, rough sex, and edge play. Ooh, sounds exciting. Sounds very, very exciting. By all means, I hope you're thoroughly enjoying it, you know? Bound Coldplay, the most eggshell white bands. Yeah, I'm not a fan, I have to say. I'm not a fan, but if people are, then that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. You're done cooking? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I am way behind. I'm going to try and catch up. I may share something in reference to affairs. You may indeed, Pixie Bomb, if you're still here. And I realize I'm way behind in chat, but by all means. What level of pounding the what? Exactly, right? They made being inoffensive, bland in their music a success though? Oh yeah. They're a hugely successful band. Now famous for being related to very public cheating scandal. Yes, very much so. Right, I'm 13 minutes behind in chat. Non-binary, you beautiful bean. Thank you so much. You requested an ask Valishmek's question. I'm gonna try and catch up with chat, and then I'm gonna answer your question. All right, but I am gonna whip down a wee bit. I'm gonna skip past all the Coldplay stuff, and then I'll do that. Amber, you cheeky little devil. You like the outfit? I'm very glad to hear it. I miss your face, Amber. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that life is treating you well. I hope your playlist is varied and colorful, you beautiful bean. Giving some Astarion vibes. Grio, you beautiful bean. That wasn't what I was going for, but I'll happily take it. I'll happily take it. You know? Quinky? Norman Looney. So Quinky is the new e-commerce platform. When Etsy, a few months ago, when Etsy turned around and went, hey, we're getting rid of all of our BDSM stuff. We're getting rid of anything that is related to sex, and they're slowly but surely cramping down on anything that's vaguely erotic art or anything like that. They're being made to do it, from what I understand, about by payment processing providers. However, the way that they have gone about it has left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. From that, a fantastic individual called Mr. Pierre gathered in with some colleagues, some compatriots, and they were like, we should start our own e-commerce platform for people that make sex-related stuff, that make kinky stuff, that make things. It's called Quinky because that was like what they call it over on TikTok, because you can't say kink, so you call it Quink. And that kind of stuck and became the thingy. So it's Shop Quinky, and they're currently in the crowdfunding stage at the moment. So I think the next thing that they are budgeting for is like a developer to do all the back end stuff. They've got all the front end stuff sorted, but it's basically the plan is to make it not only an e-commerce platform, but a place for creators and companies to meet. So independent creators and independent companies meeting together so that they can mesh their their goods and sponsors and all that jazz with the relatively creators and stuff like that. I am very fortunately, thanks to all of you beautiful people, a VIP member of the Shop Quinky team, and I've been keeping up to date with what has been going on in the world of Quinky, which is very, very exciting. But they are looking at they're basically funding all the software stuff at the moment, funding all of the back end, setting up the e-commerce part. They've got from what I understand, they've got the website sorted. They've got a whole load of like little bits and pieces sorted, and they are in the process of doing all the back end stuff in regards to payment processing providers, all the licensing and shit like that, stuff they need. There's a load of stuff that is going on, but they need other people to be able to make it not only an e-commerce platform in regards to a website, but also make it into an app and stuff like that. It's been a while since I've checked it up, but yeah, that's where they're at the moment. But yeah, it's all basically in its crowdfunding stage at the moment. It's all in its crowdfunding stage at the moment to raise money so that it's not... The reason why they're doing it crowdfunding is so that it isn't going to be subject to any bigwig companies, because one of the major issues that Patreon, OnlyFans, Fansly, Etsy, Tumblr, all of these fucking companies have is that they tend to be held by the fucking puppet strings of big corporate companies who pull all the strings. And when they turn around and say, hey, you need to get all of this shit off the platform, they're like, well, what the fuck do we do? Do you know what I mean? We have to. Shop Quinky is specifically designed to be crowdfunded so that they don't have to do that, so that there isn't a risk of that ever happening, which is one of the reasons why I very much buy into it. But they asked me to be a part of it. I very graciously and enthusiastically agreed, and that's the reason why we've got the exclamation mark Quinky there, you know. Also, thank you very much, Nibiru, for throwing that out there. Appreciate that. Miguel Lebot, thank you very much. Yeah, no, you are very, very welcome. You are very, very welcome. It is something that I feel very passionately about. So, yeah, I'm happy to talk about it. Happy to talk about it. I need to, like, the birthday week has absolutely knocked me for 6. I'm out of touch with a lot of things I'm usually in touch with, so I do need to go back onto the Quinky Discord forum and find out where everybody's at the moment, because I haven't kept up to date with it for in a week or so. But yeah, that's where they were a couple of weeks ago. That's where they're at a couple of weeks ago. And I will say that there's already connections, even though the site's not up and running yet. There's already connections being made between creators and companies just in the Discord, which is just fucking cool. It's just very, very cool, you know. Dante's from Devil May Cry. Cool. Tamaline, hello, you beautiful bean. How's it going? Michaela, hello, you beautiful bean. Oh, my lordy. Miss Coco Bay, you cheeky devil. I have no idea. I've got a go/no-go decision Wednesday, but honestly, I don't want to infect anyone at the wedding. But it means only my mum and stepdad will be at the wedding for my bro. Dean, that's really, really shit. And I know that if you go, you'll be all masked up, so you'll take every precaution possible. But I also understand. It's a having been in not that situation, not something as like grand as a wedding, but having been in a similar situation with deciding whether to go or not to go to a family function, a very important family function, based on having COVID, it's such a fucking hard thing to do. I get it entirely. Stormy as hell, yeah, that's the way it works. When 2 men are playing golf, one's about to take a swing when a funeral procession passes by. He pauses, removes his cap, bows his head, and stands quietly. His mate says, "That's the most respectful thing that I've ever seen." The man replies, "Well, we were married for 35 years. Wow. Quinky. Yeah, if you look down into the description, not the description, the title, right at the end, it was !Quinky, Q-U-I-N-K. So, kinky with a Q-U instead of a K. Instead of the first K. Is the way it works. And you got Switch 2 on Friday, Norman Looney? Love it. What's the first game you're going to be playing on that? Or have played on it? Are you trying to make soul stuff out Quinky? Trying to figure out what is... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm very much going in as a creator. I'm very much going in as a creator. I do not have the time or patience. All right, okay. No worries. No worries. I will do, Jam. But... All right, yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I don't have the time or patience to make anything on Quinky by any stretch of imagination. I've had thoughts about what I would make if I was in that... if I was gonna do something like that, but I just don't have the time. Many times, as many of you will probably be of a similar ilk, there have been times where I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'm feeling really crafty. I'm going to start making stuff. Oh, look, I can make stuff to sell. That would be fucking amazing. Oh, God. And then I just never do. Molback, you cheeky devil. How's it going? That's a great answer. Do you want me to be? Right? It's the only way, Molback. It's the only way. That is my go-to answer. When somebody comes in, and this isn't anything against you, European Pat, all right? This isn't anything against you. I know you've come in, you've proved yourself to be a pretty cool individual, all right? But when somebody comes in and they immediately ask whether I'm gay, usually they're out to troll me. They're out to troll whoever the streamer is. That is like a go-to thing. When somebody comes in and the first thing they say in the chat is, "Are you gay?" That's usually indication of this person's going to troll me. And over the fucking 6.5 years that I've been streaming, I am very much like the go-to answer should always be, do you want me to be? Or certainly is for me, you know. How you doing, Nibberin? How's it going? How was your weekend, you beautiful bean? Me too, sad in the gay community when I tell them that I'm married to a gorgeous woman. Oh, I know, right? Oh, it's the worst thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Stupedia, you beautiful being. Friends, could I please get some egos in chat? Say a massive thank you to Stupedia for donating. Although I am going to ask everybody, not to donate to me today. I've got a much more important thing for you to donate to. I've got a much more important thing for you to donate to, what I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Tell you about that in a minute. All right. But very straight to the point. I get to straight to the main course. You know it. I'm gay-ish, right? I'm queer, then a non-binary androgynous lesbian working at a scissor factory, right? Queerer. Your room looks so comfortable. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I decorated it like Prince Fuck the Moulin Rouge. I'm all about it. All about that hedonistic flair, you know? Don't worry, Val. Next time there's a party, Des, I'll submit one where you have to have Val and Blobby as your profile picture for 1 week. Oh my god. That'd be the worst. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Because I saw bad judging by the trailer, right? I'm going to whip down for nauseum. How you doing, you beautiful being? Didn't find Morbius to be offensively bad. I just couldn't stay focused on it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It felt like they were trying to shoehorn in too much plot. They needed to be simpler, in my personal opinion. What Crow remake and no such thing as this exists? If only that were true. You've never seen Carry On Emmanuel? Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, the last time I saw Carry On Emmanuel was fucking 20 years ago. A long, long time ago. Jesus Christ. The new Superman is worse. I heard that it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm never going to watch it because DC tend to fuck everything up. And I honestly, of all of the superheroes that have ever existed, ever, Superman is the one person I genuinely could not give less of a fuck about. But, yeah. Like, yeah. I laughed, I cried, I felt sorry. That was just about the directing and the script. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The greatest mirror of Vein. It's definitely the biggest mirror of Vein, that one. Definitely the biggest mirror of Vein. Morbius is, well, mediocre as a movie and crap as an adaptation of that character. It does add to the list of movies that make me question what casting directors see in Leto. I mean, there's an awful lot of hate for Leto as well. I don't think he's as bad as everyone says he is. I don't think, like, he's a pretty boy actor, and he gets a shitload of hate, which I don't think is entirely warranted. I mean, I don't know what he's like as a person. Maybe he's just a really fucking shit human being, but I don't think it's overly warranted for how much hate he gets. So far, casting directors seems to be the only people I know who see him as anything special. I wouldn't say he was like particularly special, but I don't think he's as bad as most people think he is. You know? Let's do that for European Pats. Shows how often I gift subs. Oh no, that's all right, you painted lady. Yeah, if you can either gift a sub to the community, which just goes to fucking anybody in the community, or you can gift a sub to like somebody in particular, and then you've got to like search their name and shit like that. You know? Sadly, James Gunn has finally lost the plot. All right, okay. Now I want a superhero movie done with peak eating and chewing in the scenery of Tim Curry. I wouldn't mind them remaking a good Spawn movie. That'd be cool as fuck. Darkmaker, fucking hell, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, friend. My rough be rough, but good according to the great Vein. On board it. On board it. Making rough look good. That's the only way we do things here, right? Eating the chewing? Wow, I am tired. I was wondering where you were going with that. I'm not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. Is this for the fantastic foreskins in Fortnite? Oh, God. The foreskins? Yeah. Foreskins in Fortnite, right? Lancefar is behind in chat, my chat. Oh, yeah. I'm catching up, though. Steadily but surely. Steadily but surely. I've technically cheated on my abusive ex. Entirely fair. In the last few weeks of that relationship, the person I slept with was a close friend and that I'd been banned from seeing. And he reminded me of what it's like to actually be treated with respect and care. Yeah, personally not sure if that counts as cheating, but hey ho. Like I said, Pixie Bomb, there are exceptions to the rule. And I think when abuse comes into it, that's where the exceptions come in. That's my view, anyway. And I'm also saying this as somebody who's cheated with. I have never cheated on anyone, ever. But I have been the cheatee. I have been the person that somebody else has cheated with. And that makes me quite the hypocrite. But I also know that where I was in my life at that time was particularly toxic. I was in a very, very vile mental state, and didn't really care about anybody but myself. And didn't care about who I hurt. If I'm completely honest with you, at that stage, I just didn't care about who I'd hurt. And the person that cheated on their partner with me, there'd already been some conversation about the fact that they were going to split up with their partner anyway, but then their partner decided to actively make an issue out of attacking me. Not physically, just verbally. You were like, who the fuck is that guy? Don't want you fucking hanging around him. Which then just antagonized my my not give a shit reaction. And I was like, right. Challenge accepted, sunshine. Am I proud of it? Not by any stretch of imagination. Do I regret it? Yeah, I think I do. Did I learn from it? 110%. 110%. But I also understand the hypocrisy that puts me with, you know, and I acknowledge, accept, and am accountable for my actions, you know. But I'm being behind classic, I know, right? Sometimes it's one of the few ways that people can get out of a situation. Completely, couldn't agree more. Like I said, I think, yeah, the exception comes... Any exception that can be given for cheating, which I have very strong feelings about, but any exception that can come from cheating needs to be founded, needs to have a foundation of abuse in it, you know? Didn't the word quinky come from TikTokers? Yes. The word quinky came from TikTokers. It literally came, like, it was always about TikTok trying to avoid the word kinky. But they used it an awful lot, so they adopted it, you know. Don't want to feel up chat with my opinion, but also because I respect your opinion. Because I didn't like superheroes. When you said foreskins, oh my lordy. That was just the meme, wasn't it? That was just the meme. The fact that they were like, fantastic foreskins available on Fortnite. How's it going, McPhoenix Dog? How you doing, you beautiful being? I'm almost there. I'm catching up, steadily but surely. Had some food out, but I'm all ears now. You're welcome back. Welcome back, you beautiful being. Quinky can still get in trouble if payment processing providers decide to be a pain in the behind. The main reason why Fansly, etc., and the likes of Steam are now in trouble and cracking down because of the Visa MasterCard, because there's 2 to 3 payment providers who decided what hedonism is no longer welcome because they don't like it. Yeah, Michaela Bot, yeah. I mean, this is a much bigger conversation for another time, perhaps. But effectively, there are 3 major payment processing providers in the world. There's lots of like subsidiary companies or what have you, but there's 3 major ones that cover the vast majority of payment processing providing across the world. And 2 of them out of the 3 have major issues with sex work, anything to do with sex work. The 3rd one doesn't, but tends to charge higher rates for anything to do with sex work. So whereas they might take, the average payment processing provider might take 2% of, say, transaction fees, they'll take 7 or 8% because they can, because they're the only people that are able to shift that amount of money with those speeds, etc., etc. It's a very big conversation, and I understand why they do it. I don't agree with it, but there's a difference between understanding and agreeing. I understand why they do it. I don't agree with any of it. And especially the conversation then opens up into like current world politics and shit like that because of views and shit like that, which I'm not going to get into. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. And from what I understand, the Shopquinky people have found a payment processing provider that is okay with everything. That is okay with everything on there. Whether they'll change their mind in the future is another question entirely. Automatic Pushcart, how you doing? How's it going? Started listening during the middle of the Quinky conversation. Did you say they have or have not figured out payment processing yet? I see they're based in Florida, USA. I'm kind of nervous since there have been so many anti-kink, anti-LGBTQ movements in USA. There have been Automatic Pushcart. However, from what I understand, they are currently based in Florida, USA. But there were conversations about moving the home base of Shopquinky over to Amsterdam, because there was, I don't know, I'm a little bit out of the loop because it's been a couple of weeks since I've really checked in and looked in and what's going on like that. But I know that Mr. Pierre was at one stage looking at moving all operations from USA over to Amsterdam. I think his business partners are staying in the USA, but I don't know whether they're going to move the official registration from the States over to Amsterdam. Where obviously in Amsterdam, the laws are a lot more sexually understanding, shall we say. Like they've got like the red light district of Amsterdam and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that was certainly the last I heard about it. I don't know whether that's changed or not. I have a bag of dog treats in my bag. I don't even have a dog. Just see loads of dogs on my morning walks and how awesome. Yeah, do it. Miss Coco Bay, Classic Junk, my dear housemate, has always has dog treats. Always has dog treats, just in case he runs into a dog on the way home, you know. How you doing, Dark Maker? How's it going, you beautiful being? Thank you so much, everyone, for the egos. And now the ads are over. Non-binary, are you still here? You are still here. That's fantastic. Good. Before I go into the Ask Valishmex question that you asked me 35 minutes ago, you patient individual, thank you very much for waiting. I'm going to throw out a Ko-fi link to a dear friend of ours, Finley Short Stuff, and I'm going to tell you about it. That link that I've just thrown out there in chat, because this was off the back of somebody donating to me. I would love everybody to consider donating to that link there. Okay? The reason why is this. A very dear friend of ours, the glorious Itsudopolis. Some of you also may know them by a different name, but I don't know whether they're comfortable me saying their old name, their old username, so I won't say what it is. But they have been in this community for fucking hell, 6 years. Of the 6.5 years that I've been streaming, they've been in the community for about 6 years. And they're always very supportive, and they're always very like loving and understanding. And they have been a massive friend of mine for years and years and years and years and years and years. And they need some help. And I will say that they've not asked me to do this. They have not asked me to do this by any stretch of the imagination. I am doing this entirely off my own back because I'm like, you're a fucking legend, and if I can help you, I will. So he says he can use the old name. Fantastic. Many of you will know him as a Proxgon. If you remember a Proxgon and Itsudopolis are the same person. They're beautiful and glorious, and we appreciate them very, very dearly. They have been a very core member of this community for a very, very, very long time. Or Kieran, yeah. They have, I mean, if you click on that link, there is a link to a much bigger document that explains the entire situation. But effectively, they are struggling with gaming at the moment, and they're feeling very, very isolated because they're not able to use anything that doesn't have like an OLED screen. And cross-platform gaming is really struggling at the moment, and they're basically just they're feeling, as is said in that statement, they're feeling quite isolated, and they are they're struggling, and I hate to see them struggle because they're very dear to me, but they have found a way to hopefully combat some of that isolation, hopefully like, what's the words I'm looking for? I'm looking for very specific words. Yeah, basically they found a way to get back into gaming collectively, to get back into being with friends and being able to socialize and do stuff with their disability in mind, you know. But yeah, it's Finley's Ko-fi, but it's not for Finley. No, Finley, Sembar, Salvora Hart, and Pseudoopolis all live together, and Finley has very kindly set up their Ko-fi donation goal to do towards Kieran's story, towards getting Kieran effectively a Stream Deck, an OLED Stream Deck, so that they can basically be able to play games with their friends again, be able to reconnect with people, and actually be there involved in it, as opposed to just sat in a Discord call listening to everyone else gaming, which I don't know whether any of you have ever done it, but speaking as somebody that has, that is sometimes even more isolating, because you're hearing everyone else have a good time and playing a game when you can't be involved in it. So I would ask you to consider it. Obviously, don't ever pay any money that you don't have. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, do what you need to do in your own lives and stuff like that. But if you can go over, give it a look, there is a, like I said, a link to a much bigger Google document there. Finley or Sembar, could you ask Kieran if it's okay if I share the Google document? Is that okay with him? I've got the link here, which basically explains the situation. If you would like to go over, give it a read. If it's something that you would like to support, if you'd like to support another member of this community, I would ask you to consider doing so. Not the Google Doc, I sent the link to the blog post. Okay, cool. Document should be in the blog post that Finn just said. Okay, cool. That's fair enough. Understand the pain. Yeah. PC's cooked is a very bad thing. Yeah, honestly, friendly chick, I feel that. Wishing the best. Honestly, like I said, there's never, as with everything that I ever ask of anybody ever, there is never an expectation. But there is appreciation if people are able to do so, you know. And if not, that is perfectly okay. We understand that people are in different positions, different situations, and what have you. But Pseudoopolis is a wonderful being who has had many deep conversations with me about many subjects, and they've helped me in so many ways over the years. So this is like me throwing it out to my community and asking you to consider it is a very small very small way that I can repay his kindness over the years. So yeah, I ask you that you consider it. I ask that you if you have money available that is spare money, that is not money that you're already using, and you have it available and what have you, then consider it, because it'll really help out somebody that's very dear to me, you know. There you go. Right, non-binary, are you here, you beautiful bean? I'm Schrodinger's gay as a non-binary pan. I love the gay and not the gay way to do people all the time. Oh yeah, to do people, way the gay and the not gay way to people all times. Yeah, perfect, Max Phoenix dog, exactly right. I like the actor who played Superman, the new film, though. I thought he was really good, to be fair. I mean, I have not seen anything about it. Superman doesn't interest me in the slightest. So they do a Superman Winnie the Pooh crossover for Canadian Heritage moment, ultimate mashup. That I am not interested. That's fair. That is fair. You love torturing ADHD chat members. No. Do you know what it is, non-binary? It's the fact that I share a load of the traits, the character traits of ADHD. Don't have an official diagnosis, but I share the character traits, and therefore it's not that I think I just get distracted easily. All right. Finley, Sembar, Salvora, and then you may well be there as well, and of course Pseudoopolis. You are very welcome. It's my pleasure, my absolute fucking pleasure. Oh, thank you very much, Sembar, for explaining that. Cool. Right, told you, distracted easily, non-binary. Okay, 43 minutes ago you asked this question, so I'm going to answer it now before I get distracted again. I know this may be a bit left field because it's not about human schmecks, but I am wondering, do penguins have cooked through their corkscrew penises? And where they keep testicles because it's very cold in Antarctica. They're, with most birds, if I remember correctly, with most birds, all of their seminal fluid is inside their anatomy. So it's inside their bodies. But let's have a look. They do indeed have corkscrew penises. Open image in new tab. And because we're doing this for educational purposes, please be aware, content warning, I'm about to show you a science photo library diagram of the internal workings of penguin coital anatomy. This is a diagram, not physically showing you stuff, all right? There you go. So up in the mid body is the testiculars, and then the corkscrew penis goes all the way down, and then you got your little eggs down here. I don't know whether they are like ducks in the regards that ducks have fake vaginas. The sexual aggression in the duck species is so prevalent that they have evolved fake vaginas. I don't know whether that's the case for penguins, but they do indeed have the corkscrew penises and the corkscrew vagina tubes and what have yous. There you go. Now you know. Now you know. But yeah, testes, the good old testes in birds tends to be a lot more internal. But I think that's down to, I don't know the exact science behind it.
Hand to it, hand to it.
Speaking of cocks and all, I'll always remember that one time a guy offered to let me pet his cocker spaniel. Looking back on it, I should have pet his spaniel.
His cocker spaniel. All right, yeah, definitely. Eurobaba, thank you very much for the 100 little panderings. Good lord. Thank you. I'll never view Pingo in the same way again. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Glad I could ruin your childhood memories. Definitely. Leo does deserve some of it, given the stories of how he's terrified other actors of the Suicide Squad under the guise of being a method actor, which I gather he's in the group method actors who use it as an excuse to be a dick. Depends on the character, Astra. Method actors, in my experience, every method actor I have met has been a dick. But they have always been playing dicks. They have always been playing dickheads. I was asked by a company to do method acting at one stage. They were like, hey, we want you to play this dickhead, but we want you to do it for the entire time you are there. And I went, if that's what you're paying me for, sure, I'll do it. So I did. And it was fucking horrible. It was absolutely fucking horrible. But the thing is that if you have got a method actor, you know exactly what you're going to get because they are going to perform the character, you know? If you cast them as dickheads, then they're going to be a dickhead the whole time. If you cast them like fucking Viggo Mortensen, who played Aragorn, who is standoffish but still very approachable and what have you, he is going to play standoffish but still very approachable, you know? The key is you don't cast the method actors as dickheads. I don't know what they're like as a person. And they might just be a dickhead, but you know.
Miskind.
Wild Squeak. Today was pants. Then you should remove those pants and run around like Winnie the Pooh. It's the only answer. It's the only answer, Wild Squeak. It's the only answer. Thank you very much for coming in with the 30 months with the Prime, you cheeky little devil. Where am I? There we go. By having your name on the mirror of any means, you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a button Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Oh, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Ooh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? You know? Whoop. I would, but I currently can't run. In which case, sit around like Winnie the Pooh. If today has been pants, remove those pants. Treat yourself to a little bit of self-indulgence here on a nice, delightful Monday evening. And ooh, cheeky. And, yeah, just take a moment. Take a moment to indulge yourself, you know? Definitely doing well. I'm glad to hear it. Very, very glad to hear it, Darmaker. I am doing very, very well. Thank you very much. I have my highs and I have my lows, but this, all of the Rocky Horror shenanigans has put me on a high for sure. For sure. Speaking of movies, best one I've seen lately is K-pop Demon Hunters. I saw the trailer to that and I was like, It didn't grab me. But I have to say, I personally do have a prejudice against, not a prejudice. I have a dislike of CGI anime. It just doesn't get me. It just doesn't grab me at all. Alexander Griffin, you beautiful being. How you doing? How's it going? You came in and said something. Been lurking because I'm cleaning, but for example, Margot Robbie went method for Barbie, and she was an absolute delight. Sending... Did you say something before that? No, you didn't. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the thingy. Sending castmates flowers. Meanwhile, Jared Leto going method as the Joker sent Margot Robbie a used condom and dead rats or something insane. You see, that is actually a fucking perfect example. Alexander Griffin, you have come in and you have literally thrown out it. If you have got a fucking movie that requires an absolute fucking psychopath, don't cast a method actor. Don't cast a method actor. And in those situations, I absolutely blame the casting directors more than anybody else. Because they fucking know. They know what these people are like. These people have got fucking reputations. By the way, this person's a method actor. Does it absolve all of the blame from the actor? No. Is there definitely an element of that which is just, oh, I'm a dickhead and therefore I've got an excuse to be a dickhead? Yeah, 100%. And directors not stepping in to cut that stuff off? Yes, 100%. There has to be a line. And if somebody isn't prepared to draw the line themselves, then the person in charge of the entire fucking situation needs to draw the fucking line. Because I can tell you right now, that if somebody sent me, no matter who they were, if somebody sent me a used condom in the mail, I would be suing them for, I'm pretty sure that falls within sexual assault. Sexual misconduct, certainly. I would absolutely be filing charges. Oh, well, I was a method actor. Method a different way. I don't see you blowing up a hospital as the Joker. Don't be a fucking cunt. Simple as. Do you know what I mean? Who sent a used condom? Alexander Griffin was just saying that Jared Leto, when they were playing the Joker, in Suicide Squad, I'm assuming. I haven't seen it. It didn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. But they are a method actor, and it was like, oh, I'm going to send some pretty unhinged shit to my co-star because I'm a method actor. A reason does not make an excuse. Just because you have a reason for doing something does not excuse those fucking actions. Good lord. Anyway. Where was I? Yes. Speaking of movies, yeah. You snatched me out of lurk when you mentioned Superman. I've always felt that way about Superman and DC, minus Batman and Constantine. Even as a kid, I like Constantine. I've fallen out of love with that Batman. I just don't have fucking time for him at all. They were just too goody and unrelatable to me. Related more to Marvel and X-Men as a child, and more than DC stuff. Completely understandably. I always found that Marvel was a little darker, but then I also liked fucking Dark Horse comics. They tend to make some really good shit. Finally got myself a birthday present, a new headset that's actually comfortable to wear. Woo! Love this, Lunacon. Love this for you. Is it like a unicorn one? Does it have unicorn flavor to it? You know? How's it going, Duchess Demona? How's it going, you beautiful being? I am doing all right, thank you very much. I've had a bouncy day today. Been really struggling to focus. Today, but doing all right, thank you very much. We all learn and do things differently, and honestly, that's part of the journey's involvement in regards to cheating. Yeah, 100%. I also want to say that I love that we all love different stuff. If we all like the same thing, we'd only ever get one film. 100%. But the key, Wild Annie, which I think that this community does really fucking well, is that this community in particular are very, very good at having difference of opinions whilst also maintaining respect. I think other communities do it amazingly well, but this community in particular, and maybe it's because of the kind of conversations we have, maybe it's because of the kind of way that we navigate these conversations and stuff like that, but this community in particular is very, very good at that in particular, about having conversations about all manner of different subjects, having disagreements, but not escalating those disagreements, being like, okay, cool, we agree to disagree. I don't think that that's correct. I don't think that's right. Okay, that's cool. Well, they're very, very, like, we have all been very, very good at being like, okay, you're welcome to your opinion. It's just not one that I share with you, and that's okay. That's all right, you know? And then there's very rarely a situation where I, like, actually step in and I'm just like, right, shut everyone up. Shut the fuck up. Right.
Hand it to it.
Sorry to say, Guy Gardner is the best superhero ever in the new Superman movie. He looks so sexy with that bowl haircut of his. Gets me moister than an oyster thinking of him.
Who's that? Who's this? Who are you talking about? Guy Gardner? That's a fucking Marvel name, or a comic book name if I heard one. Guy Gardner. Oh, he's the Green Lantern. The bowl haircut. Okay. All right. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm well out of that. Well out of that. Got no fucking idea. Guy is the Green Lantern. Okay, right. Yeah. Played by Nathan Fillion. Yeah. This is how little I know about the entire thing. I was like, all right, okay. Fair enough. The bowl haircut, though, is a power move. He's the obnoxious Green Lantern too, as I recall. Yeah, sounds about right. He definitely gave that vibe from the one image I saw there. Do you know what I mean? A Green Lantern, not the Green Lantern. Oh no, there's like loads of them, isn't there? There's loads of Green Lanterns because it's all about who wears the ring. And then there's also, like, I want to say Yellow Lanterns as well. I've got vague recollections of like a Red Lantern or something like that. It was some whole thing that happened with the Lantern comics, you know? Oh, wow, Miss Coco Bay. That's what they call them for a real. You can't convince me otherwise. I mean, why not? Why not? I've been playing Fortnite since last year, November. I have tried playing Fortnite. I played like 2 matches and was like, well, I'm bored shitless now. I used to play PUBG, friends. I used to play PUBG like during the lockdown with my friends because everyone was playing it. And honestly, they would spend all night playing the game. I would spend... I'd maybe do 4 matches. On a good day, I'd do 4 matches. And then I'd be like, I am bored shitless. I am going to go play something else while you all play this game. I'll listen, but I will go play something else while you all play this game because it is boring as fuck. The only time it wasn't boring was when a friend of mine... in that group who didn't play very often. He didn't play very often, but when he did play, and we played together, it was fucking hilarious because he was just the same level as bullshit as I am. One of our friends would get really, really angry all of the time because we weren't taking the game seriously. And I was like, of course not. It's the same as the last game and the game before that and the game before that. It doesn't fucking matter. Whereas we'd be like, we're going to drive in the river. Woo! Let's see how far we can get. Woo! It was stupid as fuck. And that's what I enjoyed about it. But yeah, I found that Fortnite was very similar for me. It was like, okay, I'm playing a game. Oh, look, people can build. And I've got no fucking idea what I'm doing. Oh, I'm bored now. Bored now. I appreciate that other people like it, but it's just not a game that I'm ever going to be interested in. I like it for like a match, maybe 2. Now I'm like, I'm out. And do you know what I think it is, friends? Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because I have the joyous memory. And it's a rare memory that not many people will have these days. Okay? But I remember doing LAN parties with Alien vs. Predator 2 multiplayer. Which was the most intense game of fucking violence that has ever been. Just me and 15 friends all in one little server annihilating each other very, very quickly. And after that, like all these games just pale in comparison. It's like, oh, fair enough, whatever. Don't matter, sure. An all-nighter there, just like, oh, yeah, whatever. Great, you know. Not the Brain, how you doing, you beautiful bean? That's how far back I am. I've just said hi to Not the Brain. There we go. Looked into making a Queeking account, but didn't get a response to a question, so I didn't get any further. What was the question? Not the Brain, I'll see what I can do for you. I'll see what I can do for you, friend. 6 years, time flies, doesn't it just? Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking, but you're very, very welcome here, you beautiful bean. I like your name as well. It's got flair. It's got flair. When I had an appointment got bumped 15 minutes and I said, oh, I'll just run and do. So I was 15 minutes late to the 15 minutes late. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I do that all the time. That was the reason why I was late today, because I was doing a reaction video to the new Predator Badlands. Well, the only Predator Badlands trailer I've seen, but they dropped the official trailer like an hour before I started streaming. I was like, oh, I can fit this into to the next 10 minutes. That'd be great. That'd be wonderful. We'll go with that, right? Beautiful Bean is absolutely something I often, I say often. So no, you, no, Jazzy, go. It's me too. It's me too. We can be both beautiful beans. Look at us, indulgent, glorious, happy-go-lucky scamps, and also beautiful beans. There is no place for a no you here. It's all about embracing that collectiveness, being like, yes, you too as well. I am a beautiful bean and you are also a beautiful bean. Ha 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 ha. All of the beautiful beans. You know? Unless I'm completely misreading that. If that wasn't a no you, it was an NOU or a now or a nouse. I am not hip and down with the street lingo. I have no understanding. By all means, explain it. How you doing, Friendly Jake, as well? How you be with me? I realize I've already said hi to you, but I'll say hi to you again. That's great. Voice chats make me really, really anxious for some reason. Right, Joro? It's painful seeing everyone else in a voice chat gaming and wanting to join but not joining. That's interesting. Is it the same sort of... Joro, if you're still here, you be with me, then you don't have to answer this by any stretch of the imagination. By any stretch of the imagination. But, is it because of, like the... You know, like, some people get the thing about, like, talking on the phone? They get, like, a real anxiety about talking on the phone. Is it something similar to that, perhaps? Definitely not somebody right person. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do my best. Do my bestest to make everybody, well, just make people around me have a happier life. You know. Just wish they'd come up with new movies, not all these other remakes. You know. Oh, Friendly Chick, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that anytime soon. I would say it's going to be another decade at the very, very least before they start really heavily investing in new movies. Because we are in the post-piracy era at the moment. And what I mean by that is piracy pretty much killed off the live movie experience. Nobody wanted to pay the 13, 14, 15 quid for a ticket when they could get it for free via piracy. I think you get good quality thingies for free via piracy. So it was like, well, what's the fucking point? As a result, all of these shareholders are like, oh God, our money, it's going down the drain. Fuck, shit, what do we do? You know? So nowadays, it's all about piracy didn't kill shit. I think a combination of piracy and subscription channels. But it definitely started with piracy. To my knowledge. Suddenly costing a full day's pay to see one movie did. Not the money. Studies have shown that piracy was actually good for the market. That's interesting. I would like to... I'd be intrigued as to what studies... if you've got the studies, if you can find them again, Zemba. I realize it was probably a while ago you might have seen them, but I would love to read them. I would genuinely be interested. I know that the... subscription services definitely had a major part in it when Netflix and stuff like that started coming around and being like, hey, how about we give you loads and loads of movies for the price of one movie ticket a month? How's that? That good? That all right? But yeah, the downfall of the movie industry, whatever the origin may have been, the downfall of the movie industry has definitely meant that shareholders, the people that are in charge of where the money goes, are like, we need to only make movies that already have a cult following. Or it ends up being something along the lines of, like, for every one original movie, there are 4 or 5 remakes. Or remakes or something in the same universe or something like that, because they've got like a captive audience. They know that they are going to sell it to the people who are already invested in the universe. Do you know what I mean? Even people who think it's going to be shit will still go and watch it. Guaranteed money, effectively, you know? Or not, as the case may be, when it came to the Crow remake. Do you know what I mean? Not the money! Exactly, Nibiran. Exactly. Pay 14 quid for a card to see as many films a month as I can. Honestly, Stupedia, that's the reason why. But it was from what I understand, it was the subscription services like Netflix and stuff like that that really made cinemas be like, we need to start doing some kind of subscription service. You know? But yeah, it'll be a good decade or so before anybody starts really, like, any company starts being like, right, let's really start investing in things. But movie remakes have always been a big thing. I mean, Jesus Christ, when you look at like the Back to the Future movie and they like took the piss out of Jaws 19 and shit like that. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, all genders outside and between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people going in here. I mean, really, good lord. It's the glorious, the spectacular, the wonderful Katiosaurus. How's it going, Katiosaurus? You beautiful human being, you. How are things? How has your weekend been treating you? Tell me all about it. Tell me what you've been chatting away at today. Or potentially what you were doing today. Hello, friends. How's it going? Hello, Katiosaurus' wonderful, wonderful community. Welcome on in. How are things? I'm Valen Vane, Vane by name, Vane by nature. Deep as a puddle in summer. Love myself just that little bit too much. People from my stream, go and check out the wonderful, the glorious Katiosaurus. They are an educator extraordinaire.
Little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. They're an educator extraordinaire. They will teach you about all manner of different things, including sex education. We do a fair amount of sex education here in this little corner of my little home of hedonism, here in this corner of the Twitch land. But yeah, they're glorious, they're wonderful. They have taught me a whole load of stuff, which I am always good. You know, you people from my stream already know I am thirsty for the knowledge, and they have taught me a whole load of stuff. So if you want to be taught stuff too,
Little stalker.
thank you so much for the follow, you beautiful bean. If you would like to learn stuff too, I encourage you to go over and click that cheeky little follow button for the wonderful Katiosaurus. I know that Katie usually has to like disappear off and do bits and pieces, but what were your conversations today? What were you up to today? What were you chatting? Tell me bits and pieces. Tell me what was going on. Tell me what the topic of conversation were. Friends, if you happen to be new here, two things you need to know about this channel. One, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. Two, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. You shouldn't be, because you were just in Katie's stream. And we have similar topics of conversation, usually. So you shouldn't be under the age of 18. But on the off chance you happen to be, I have to say it. Come back, like, disappear off now. Come back when you're 18. We'll have a good laugh. All right? It'll all be fun and games. But yeah, the kind of conversations that we have here are definitely not suitable for the youths, as it were. Kay did an impression of a Studio Ghibli grandma yelling about movie ticket prices. It was perfect. You have literally come in as we're talking about movies as well, so that is actually perfect. That is actually perfect. I love that. Does anybody have a clip? Please tell me you've got a clip. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Speaking of good conversation, I got some good news.
Okay.
Good news, I just got over my addiction to chocolate, marshmallows, and nuts. I'm not gonna lie, it was a rocky road.
Thank you, Europapa, for the 100 little panderings. Thank you for the 100 little panderings. I appreciate that. Yeah, Obi-Wan, 100%. No, no, do not encourage this behavior. Good lord, good lord. I've never seen such a disappointed transformation. Just, you people and your dad jokes. Thank you so much for the follows, friends. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking. We have anonymous follows here. I don't like to call out lurkers, but you are all very, very welcome here. I appreciate you being here. Max Horn with the gigantified emo. I love this. I love this. Is that your glorious face upon the screen as well? Are you throwing your face at me, shouting hi? This makes me very happy in my soul. That is the level of enthusiasm I need. It is. This makes me very happy. Please tell me you're like that in real life. Like, literally, we'll be like, hey, how's it going? How's things? And you're like, hi, how you doing? That is me. That is me on a night out. Thank you so much for the follow. That is me on a night out. I'm just like, let's go. What's happening? What are we doing? All right, cool. Party time. Have a wonderful situation. Let's go. Thank you so much for all these follows, you beautiful beings. I appreciate you all. Druidess of Midian, you beautiful being. You lurk away. You lurk away. I appreciate you. Remakes can be fun, but if they weren't so overused, like a sprinkle of remakes among a lot of other different things can remain fresh. Yeah, I agree. Having the odd remake. I mean, you get the two things. So we've just been talking, for those people that have just joined the things, we've just been talking about the dynamic of the fact that there's so many new remakes there's so many new remakes in the movie industry, and the reason why is because the movie industry, after like subscription services, I thought it was piracy, but I'm reliably told by chat that it actually is more down to the subscription services. than and cinema greed, of course, than anything to do with piracy. So yeah, it's down to that less people are going to the cinema, less people are wanting to spend the money on going to the cinema and what have you, and as a result, and also I think there's also an element, if we're being honest, there's also an element of people having more like surround sound systems at home, having bigger TVs at home. It's like, do you want to go to the cinema when you've already got a home cinema? Do you know what I mean? I wrote a big piece a little up. It's two part continue. Oh right, yeah. I will get to it momentarily. I'm gonna try and whip down a wee bit. Yeah. So those elements have all led to a decline in movie ticket sales. As a result, the bigwigs at the top of all these movie industries, who only really give a shit about the money, are like, right, we're not going to take as many risks on new projects anymore. We are going to only remake stuff, make prequels, make sequels, and make things within the same universe in order to keep that cash growing in. Because when something's got a captive audience, when it's already got a dedicated audience, especially when it's a cult classic, people are always going to go watch it. Even if they think it's going to be god-awful, like me, they're still going to go watch it. They're still going to go and check out, what have you, you know? So yeah. We were also talking about method acting and stuff like that. I was going with somewhere with that. Decent method actors know only to use it when on stage or on set, never everywhere else. Being a twunt. I love the word twunt. And claiming they're method acting, they're lying out their asses. I don't know, Druid Estimedian, I realize you've jumped into that, but I know when I was taught about method acting in university, they were very much all the time. The method acting school was all, it was like, when you are a method actor, you play that character all the time for the entirety, the whole run of the thing. I disagree with that. I think it's all very well to be like, right, okay, I'm now on set, I'm on stage, I am now this character, and keeping it within like the premises, as it were, fair enough. I don't think that gives you an excuse to be a colossal dickhead, but fair enough. But I know that I've met far too many people that take it too far. I've met far too many people that take it too far. And I've also had my fair share of interactions with people that have taken it too far, for sure. For sure. Right, I'm gonna whip down. Thank you very much for the whip there. I really appreciate it. Storm was the first superhero that loved me, was why reason why I was more attracted to Marvel and X-Men. Entirely fair. Entirely fucking fair. Fillion was given a choice of looks to go with, the bowl cut and the something else. Fillion went with the comic accurate, which I love that. Well, that's because they know that they know their audience. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to a lot of you can always tell a good comic book actor when they are true to the comic, you know? There's like, we know the audience. We know that they're going to love this shit, so we'll go with it, you know? There's a whole spectrum of Green Lantern or lantern colors. 10, if I recall correctly. Jesus Christ. Oh, there are 7 colors of lanterns. Might be able to get a set of ears and horns. Yeah, I'd say last. All right, yeah. Fuck me, I'm so fucking far behind. Right, I'm going to whip down. I'm whipping right the way down. Right the way down. Talk on the phone, that doesn't bother you. It's just the group chats. I was at a con and jumped on a game demo, and even the voice chat in that made me anxious. Although we were all sitting on the same table. That's interesting, Joro. I would have thought that it would have been more along the phone line, but that's really interesting. That's really interesting. Oh yeah, that was what I was saying. That was what I was saying. I was just about to go into Disney, and I've just said that Pretty Witchery has just said, "You're a papa, you beautiful bean." Pretty Witchery just said something.
That being said, my wife yelled at me yesterday something like, "You haven't heard a single word I've said, have you?"
Something
I thought
like.
That's a strange way to start a conversation.
Oh my god, Europapa. Oh my god. For the 9 months, what we got on our Twitch baby, Europapa. Europapa, I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror of Vane. By having your name upon the mirror of Vane means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course you get access to all those sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But god damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, sexy, oh yes, meow, you know? You know? In regards to Disney specifically, they also used to make money by using the vault, allowing only so many movies of their catalog to be sold or before home videos to be replayed in theaters at any given time. They can't make money anymore, so remakes. That and Pretty Witchery. Disney have actually... I was actually going to get onto Disney and then completely lost my train of thought, and now I'm back with it. But first, Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, all genders outside and between, delve deep into pits of popcorn and throw them at the Raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who do they think they are? Good Lord. The tantalizing nature of it. How's it going, Eris Ptolemy? How you doing? Thank you very much for bringing all your beautiful people over here. What were you up to today? Tell me all about it. The cult of Ptolemy has graced this stream and spreads the good word of our deity. How delightful, how delightful. Well, go on in, you beautiful beings. How's it going, Eris Ptolemy? How are you doing? What were you up to today? We doing more Witcher today? Doing more Witcher today, you beautiful beans. Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. Oh my god, you were playing one of the greatest big games that has ever existed. You were playing Organizer? Excellent game. Excellent game. TOS appropriate. Excellent game of puzzles and gloriousness where you organize orgies. Friends, if you don't know this game and you are open-minded in the realms of the coital engagement, please be aware that it is worth it. Not only that, but all profits go to charity. All profits go to charity, which we thoroughly appreciate. Yeah, I was talking about Disney before these beautiful Raiders came in here. The other thing, pre-Witchery, that Disney do is that they have a slightly more malicious reason for remaking all of their stuff. Ooh, I fucking hate Disney, so this goes well. The reason why is because all their old movies, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, all of their old animated movies, the public domain fuckery, yes, the public domain fuckery, but also even more fucked up than that. They're all very, very old movies. They've been old stories and what have you, and obviously after a certain length of time of being released, or the author writing it or what have you, certain things go into the public domain. We are aware of this as a collective. Disney are remaking a whole load of their movies in order to keep them out of the public domain. So keep them so that they are able to maintain the copyright and therefore not have to worry about it going out there. And because one of the things that Disney have always been very, very aware of is Disney characters becoming pornographied, the Rule 34 scenario. And they actually write it into their contracts where if you are doing like animation or what have you for Disney, you are legally not allowed to make that character draw that character or do anything with that character outside of Disney's very specific prerequisite boundaries, because Disney artists would get approached, or even back in the day, Disney artists would get approached being like, hey, will you draw me a picture of Snow White being railed by 7 dwarves, please? And they, legally, they weren't allowed to. So Disney have always been on that. However, and this is where I have an issue, one of the other reasons why Disney are remaking all of their movies, even the more recent ones, even the ones that are well within their whole still comfortably within their public domain dynamics, the copyright dynamics, is the fact that back in the day, when Disney wasn't quite as big as it is now, they used to offer their artists either a complete paycheck or a percent of the profits. So all of the copyright, like all of the artists, it'd be like, hey, do you want to get paid outright for this amount of money, or get paid a significant amount less money, but every month you will get royalty fees effectively for the of 3% of the overall profits or 2% of the overall profits. It'll be a very, very small amount. But either way, the amount of money that the Disney movies made meant that the amount of money being paid out to these artists and the artists' foundations, etc., was fucking huge. By remaking the movie, they're able to rewrite the copyright and therefore cut out all of the original artists. So, yeah. It doesn't quite work that way, though. The original movies will still become public domain. I was under the impression that there were ways that they were able to do that. Because I know that Mickey Mouse is still under copyright with Disney, but Steamboat Willie, the animation, isn't. If I remember correctly. Yeah, the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse is fair use. Yeah. Disney is responsible for the copyright laws being made so long. So also Sonny Bono, yeah, that one. Oh, right, yeah. VFX artists aren't protected the same way either, unless it's changed in the last few years. Oh no, they're definitely not. They're definitely not. They've been Disney have been very, very sneaky about it. Disney have always been particularly fucking sneaky. Disney have always been particularly fucking sneaky when it comes to this kind of stuff. But yeah, there's a whole thing in it. Right, Sembars sent me a message about the whole thing about piracy, because my understanding was that piracy and then the continuation of subscription services like Netflix were really, and the corporate greed of cinemas were what really led to less people going to the cinema. But I was specifically told within the chat tonight, and I am always willing to be proven wrong. I am more than happy to be proven wrong, friends, because when I'm wrong, I can learn and I can become a better person because of it, you know? So Sembar informed me that actually piracy was good for movie productions. Piracy, their studies have shown that people pirating movies actually ended up being beneficial for the movie industry, and I was asking about it. So the TLDR is, one, people who pirate were never intending to pay for the product. Okay. And two, people who pirated treated it as a demo. So if they liked an album, game, movie, they would often end up buying the actual product as a means of supporting after the free demo that they got themselves. Interesting. Okay. I can understand that. I can understand both of those points so far. And my three is what killed it is the studios are only... Oh my lordy. I'll come back to that momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, and all Gentiles, I'm doing delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people going in here. I mean, really, good lord. It's the beautiful, the glorious, the exquisite. Hello, it's Kolo. Hello, Kolo. I was thinking about you today, Kolo. This is quite delightfully unnerving that you have come over to see my delightful visage. We come here in potatoey peace. I love potatoey peace. It's some of my favorite type of peace. My favorite type of peace is potatoey peace. Maybe I heard you. Maybe you did. Maybe you did. I was literally thinking. I was like, do you know what? I haven't said hi to Kolo in ages. I need to drop Kolo a message. I need to drop Kolo a message and see how she's doing. See how things are going with you. And here you are. Here you are, you beautiful bean. Thank you so much for bringing all your beautiful people over here. How was Planet Crafter? What is Planet Crafter? Did you craft many a planet? Were they glorious and spectacular? Were they surrounded in rings? Were they made out of gas? Were they made out of small shiny rocks?
Most kind.
Kajo, you beautiful bean.
Oh, the hue vanity.
Exactly.
Damn it, was that a button?
It
or
was.
a mirror?
That's the question. That is the question. Button or mirror? I play that every time. Every day I wake up, button or mirror, not entirely sure. Thank you so much, you beautiful bean. You crafted no planets, but you did eat. You did eat many aubergines. You even grew a few. You grew a few aubergines.
Yeah, subscribed.
Oh.
Most kind.
Oh, Danny Leon, you beautiful bean.
Hello,
Oh,
potato, hello.
hello.
Purple penguin potato eye piece.
We love purple
Hello,
penguins.
Potato Iseth 9 pride.
And potatoey piece. I'm just two things, friends. If you're new here, one, you're not allowed to apologize. Okay, instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Makes us all very positive. Two, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. Colo will probably definitely have warned you about this, but like of the spectrum of filth, Colo is a one end, and I am very much delving in the other end. Okay. They took too long to grow. You need to tickle them more, Coriana. That's what I've heard. Aubergines enjoy a good tickle. Right? Okay. You watch them grow. Well, I mean, I have to say, I do enjoy watching an aubergine grow. I love it. I love it when it's there. God damn. You did one chat. We settled on Wholesome Filth Wizard.
Most kind.
Jade Dragon and Jam Jar Brain. Look what you've done. Look what you've done. Look what you've started. Good Lord. Colo, if you need to disappear off, you beautiful, beautiful bean. If you need to disappear off, go grab some snaffly treats, do some post-stream shenanigans. Please, please do so. Please look after yourself. As always, it is a pleasure having you here.
Ooh, little stalker.
And we should go for a cup of tea sometime soon. We should go for a cup of tea. That would be wonderful. I would very much appreciate that. I do need to raid and run, and the joy of seeing your face, it's always a joy to see your face. It's always a joy to have you here, Colo. I heart your face muchly. And that goes for your wonderful community as well. First of all, friends, I realize that I am not everybody's cup of tea by any stretch of imagination. I am loud, I am brash, I am in your face, I'm filthy, all right? That's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That's all right, that's okay. But also, if any of you need to disappear off, do things in your lives, you know, get the washing out of the washing machine, that kind of thing, that is all perfectly fine. Go do what you need to do. If you want to drop me a follow, you are welcome to do so. Come back another time. That's all right. That's okay. It's also pretty late. Some people might have sleepy times. All right. That's okay. That's all right. But now...
Yeah, subscribe. Little stalker. Most kind.
But now I must inscribe names upon the mirror of Vane.
Stalker.
And in my beauty sleep, go snooze, go do your thing. You are beautiful enough as it is, Coriana. But I am never going to deny anybody any beauty sleep, all right? Can I say, with love, that you give off Tim McInnery from what he played with Frankenfurter? Do you know what, Matt W65, you beautiful bean? I have been to see Rocky Horror, the live stage show, twice last week, Wednesday and Saturday. And I will say it was a spiritual awakening for me when I first saw the movie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let me inscribe these names upon the mirror of Vane. You beautiful beans. First of all, Kerjo. Where am I? There. Kerjo. And then... Oh, my lordy. Then we had Danny Leon. Then Jam Jar gifting a sub to Sexy Bastard. Gotta say it in a Yorkshire accent. That's the only way it works. Then Jade Dragon coming in here. Bloody hype trains. For those people that are new here, friends, and this is really shows you everything about this entire community. We treat a hype train like an impromptu erection, okay? If you leave it alone, it'll go away. All right? So you just leave it alone. Leave it alone. It'll just go away of its own accord. We'll all be good. All right? We'll all be good. But yeah, I'll happily take that, Matt. Anybody that's comparing me to Frankenfurter, I am game for. Game 4. And then Jamjar also gifting a sub to Slop Goblin. Oh my lordy. Throwing in the raiders at the deep end, I see.
Follow you, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for all these follows, you beautiful beings. We have anonymous follows. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking, but you're all very, very welcome here. By having your names upon the mirror of Veiny memes, you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devils.
Ooh, you little stalker.
And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror.
There you go. Pander to it. Pander to it.
As an aside, this community is not good. It's full of wonderful trollish brats.
That is
Lovely
true.
sort though, very welcoming, very friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, it's Colo. Slop Goblin, great name. On that note, Musway, you take it easy. Bye, see you later, Colo. I appreciate your face. Love ya. Love you almost as much as I love myself. And that's pretty impressive, all right? Colo, by the way, friends, Colo has given me the best description that I have ever had in my entire fucking life. All right? Colo once described me as the kind of person that will bully you into loving yourself. And that is absolutely 10 out of 10 exactly what I am about. I'm like, no, don't you dare say something negative. No self-deprecation here. The fuck are you talking? Don't make me come over there. I swear to God, I will make you love yourself. It's the last thing I do. Yeah, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I'm like, no, the fuck is this? I'm not having any of this shit. Right? And as I was saying, the most important thing for all those beautiful subscribers that have just had their names inscribed upon the mirror of Vein is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? Meow. You know my curly ponytails? A lot of curls going on today. It's a little unruly, if I'm honest with you. It's a little unruly today, on account of the wind. But it's doing all right. It's doing okay. Friends, if you have got choo-choo emotes, could you please throw them out now? Say a massive thank you to all those people that subbed, that gifted sub, that threw all those cheeky little bitties out there. That's super fucking kind of you, friends. It was my birthday last week, and people were far too fucking kind. So thank you so much. That is just too fucking kind. Thank you. I really appreciate it, you beautiful beans. I appreciate it. Don't you chat stream me, Lunacon. Don't you chat stream me after gigantifying a punched orange. Which I'm not going to explain to the new raiders. All right, I'm just going to leave it right there. Good Lord. Right, hydration, friends. Don't forget to hydrate. There we go. Right. Sembal was saying we were talking about movies. For all those beautiful new people that have just come to join us, we were talking about movie films, and we were talking about the movie industry and talking about why the reason why movie companies are more interested in making remakes than they are new original films. Love it. Jamja, did you love Toot? You love Toot? And why we hate the mouse? Why certainly I personally have a passionate hatred of the company Disney. Wait, I missed your birthday. Scully Bones, you did. It was last Tuesday. One of the darling moderators. Could you please find the link to the birthday VOD on the VODs and Vanity channel and just smash it in chat somewhere? That would be wonderful. Because, yeah. Miss my glorious birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was messy. For those people that don't know, we always do birthdays where I drink a lot of vodka. I drink a fair amount of apple sours for the sheer nostalgia of it. And we do dares. And it gets real messy. And it was messy. So if you enjoy chaotic shenanigans of a very wholesome and yet quite dangerous way. For example, I did a cartwheel. I completely forgot I'd done a cartwheel. Till somebody mentioned it. Thank you very much, Jamja and Semba, the pair of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing the VOD, it's there. Just prepare yourself. There we go, you know. Did you have to lift things with a hook game thing? Yes, yeah. I had a magnet around my waist and had to do that. I did 2 cartwheels. I know I did one because there's a clip of it. And I nearly fucking fell into my PC. It is a whole thing. Happy late birthday. Thank you very much, friends. Don't you dare apologize for missing it. Don't you dare apologize. Okay? You people have got lives. And those lives are fucking important. And I will actively encourage you to indulge that life in every way you possibly can. All right? As long as it's all between consenting adults, you go fucking wild, friends. You go wild. All right? You do your thing. But if you are interested in watching the VOD is there. That's now on my watch list for when I get a free couple of hours. Kerjo, prepare yourself. I don't remember a fair amount of it. I was impressed that I managed to get as drunk as I did off only half a litre of vodka and half a bottle of apple sours. That's actually pretty impressive for me. Normally it takes a lot more than that. So I will happily take the... I'll happily take being a little more of a lightweight. It's a cheaper night out. Right, I was saying, TLDR... So we were talking about how piracy... I thought piracy negatively affected the movie industry and thus leaded to them doing lots of remakes for money purposes. Whereas Sembar was like, actually, there's a different reason for it. So TLDR, people who pirate were never intending to pay for the product anyway, and therefore not adversely affecting the overall income of movie industry. People who pirated treated it like a demo. Say if they liked an album, a game, or a movie, they would often end up buying the actual product as a means of supporting it after the free demo that they got themselves. Which again, I actually completely understand because I did the same. I did do the same. That is something I definitely did. Although I was a bit more selective over it. To say the least. And then your three, which is this is your opinion on it. What killed it is that the studios are only interested in helping with the shareholder growth and milking the existing IPs, because a new IP is a risk that might mean losing money, and shareholders can't lose money. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that last statement, but I think the origin of that, because in the 70s and the 80s and a fair amount of the 90s, people were just pumping fucking money. Like, look at a lot of the movies from the 80s and 90s. Some of the fucking premises of those movies were loose at best. They were loose at best. And yet they got all this fucking money pumped into them because it was like, all right, yeah, fuck it. We're on a wild time. The 80s, especially when it came to like media, music, movies, TV shows, got shitloads of fucking money pumped into it for very, very loose reasons. You know, everyone was just riding that fucking high because it was a constant fucking money thing. Then the internet came around and things were like, let's just woe it back a little bit. Let's just take a little moment, all right? Then Spotify came around and the music industry changed and Netflix came around and everything like that. But I do agree with it, but I think the origin was down to if not the piracy, then definitely like subscription services, you know, because you're right, shareholders are only interested in the cash monies, and there's less risk in creating a product.
Hello, peasants.
Hello. Been a long time somebody's called me a peasant. Hello. Yeah, all of the cash monies, which is the reason why they're like, right, let's put all of our money into the joys and wonders of universes that already exist, franchises that already exist. And some of them are great, and some of them are not. Some of them are not, by any stretch of the imagination. The Crow. Cough, cough, cough. The Crow. If you forgot, that must have been one heck of a birthday. Matt, yeah, it was good. It was good. There was a fair amount of the end of the VOD that I don't remember. There was a fair amount of the end of the VOD that I don't remember. It was delightfully messy. What Kerjo means by the hook game, by the way, is every single, like, in the preparation for the party stream. Okay, we do vanity parties are very, very interesting. The Cult of Vane parties get real messy real quick. All right. And for some reason, you people love it. But the way that it works is for like 2 weeks before the party, I open up people recommending dares where the community can use their channel points to recommend a dare for the pool. You know, it can be something simple like put on more eyeshadow. It can be something wild like change your profile picture to a copy of you as Mr. Blobby for the next 24 hours. It can. You're not allowed to influence my drinking because of Twitch terms of service and what have you. But they get pretty out there. Do a cartwheel. Sit down for 5 minutes and don't do anything. Decorate your face. Allow your housemate to do your makeup. You know, it gets pretty out there. It gets pretty out there. And that's always a wild time. I always drink because I like to drink and don't like to do it unhealthily. And normally, I don't let anybody know what I'm drinking in case people have issues with alcohol and what have you, you know. The results are truly spectacular. Yep. Yeah. There was a very famous clip from all of that time. A very famous clip. But yeah, it's usually messy. But the way that it works is those dares get put on a piece of paper. The piece of paper gets put on a paper clip, and they get cast behind me on this little rug down here. They get thrown across the entire floor, and I have to go fishing for them. You know what I mean? I have to go pick them up. However, not allowed to do that with my hands. Instead, I have a magnet tied around my waist and have to do push-ups. Do push-ups in order to pick up the dares every 20 minutes, and usually there's a channel point redemption for people to get me to pick up even more dares. And there was. I think we ended up, I owed chat like 27 dares by the end of it, or what have you. It was pretty intense. It was pretty intense, to say the least. You know? But yeah, it's always a good time. Always a good time. Always chaotic as shit. And that's why I always give the fair warning at the beginning of the stream, being like, look, if this is too much, then this is too much, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside between, delve deep. We've had loads of raids today. Loads of beautiful raids. Hello, you beautiful beings. Delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders. Throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine? Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are, you cheeky little devils? The Coffin Crew emerges from the void. Oh, I do love it when they emerge from the void. Void's my favorite place. Love that. Love that. Love that, you beautiful being. Just goth enough. Not too goth. Itchy nose. Not too goth. Just goth enough. How you doing? How's it going? Thank you very much for bringing your beautiful people in here. I'm going to go over right now and click that cheeky little follow button. Doing some Vampire Rising, some V Rising. Yeah. People from Just Goth Enough stream. I don't know Just Goth Enough. Or I know them by name, but I don't know them by stream. Now, I am a decent person, all right? I've gone over and clicked that cheeky little follow button so that I can go check them out at another time, okay? But my community? Look at them all. Woo! Scandalous. A lot of them. Good Lord. They need to be tempted. They need to be tempted over to press that cheeky little follow button for Just Goth Enough. And you can do that by describing Just Goth Enough in 3 tantalizing little words. Just 3 in order to whet the appetites, you know? You know? Oh my goth. Oh my goth. You know? It's the only way to do it. Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Now, faux pas, individuals, faux pas. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I have to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard. I don't want to be corrupting the ears of the young. By all means, disappear off and then come back when you're 18. We'll have a good time, all right? If you are here and you are under the age of 18, I do mean this quite seriously. I do need you to leave. Don't joke about being under the age of 18, because we have got very, very strict instructions because of the kind of topics that we talk about, because of the fact that I talk about sex and stuff all the time. I'm under strict instructions not to allow anybody under the age of 18. I've given them out to the moderators, and the moderators have under strict instructions to ban anybody that even jokes about it. Okay, so we're just giving you all a heads up, giving you all that fair warning. Nice and going in there, all right? But if you are under the age of 18, you are very welcome to come back when you are 18, because of the types of things that we do talk about. But yeah, just be aware of that. Just be aware of that, you beautiful beings, all right? All right. You are spooky, rude, and chaotic. Oh, I love that. I love that. I am also spooky, rude, and quite chaotic. all of these things. Lewd. What's the hook reference? Lewd, crude, rude, bag of pre-chewed food, dude. That's the one, yeah. Lewd, crude, rude, bag of pre-food chewed dude. Pre-chewed food dude, not pre-food chewed. Oh my god. Can't do it. But thank you so much for rating over Just Got Enough. If you need to disappear off, if you need to go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage, please go and do so. Please look after yourself, you cheeky devil. Do what you need to do to zen out and what have you, you know? Yeah, I know. We've just been talking about the movie industry and what have you, you know what I mean? You did one and didn't get a 10 out of 10, so then you did a second. Is that how it worked? Oh, God. We weren't talking about movies, and now we're talking about my birthday anniversary. Talking about my birthday last week, you know. I do some stuff, but like, no worries. I appreciate you bringing your people over here. I appreciate that. Just Got Enough. You take it easy. I look forward to checking out your content. Checking out what you get up to. Right, where was I? Take the W. We've all been a cheap date at one stage. You know it. To be honest with you, Matt, I was definitely a cheap date back in the day. I was just like, take me somewhere to dance, and I am fucking game on. Tabby the Panda redeemed. Oh shit, I've got a few. Channel point redeems. I'll get through them. First of all, Tabby the Panda, you asked Valish next question: Daddy or chips? Why not both? Why do I have to choose, Tabby the Panda? Why do I have to choose? If I can have both, then I'm definitely going to have both. Both is good, exactly. Sometimes you need the chips before you have daddy. You know? A chip daddy, even better. If daddy brings me chips, game on. You know what I mean? Have daddy's chips. I'll have his buttered sausage. There you go. Got a funky parrot or another animal-based sea-legged creature? As a pirate can confirm. Oh my lord, yeah. I feel like having some kind of octopus would be the best pirate dynamic. Blackjack Baron. Just an octopus on your shoulder instead of a parrot. Do you know what I mean? There we go. That laugh tickled me. It's my real sketchy laugh going on there, you know? But there you go. That's it. Also, Eris Ptolemy, are you still here? And Nibirin as well. That's not what I wanted. Let's have a look at that one. Ooh, okay. Cool. Where is my pipe to make me look more educated? Always here. Always watching. I know. Watching this. Getting all of my business. Getting all close and personal. Getting smoldered at. I understand how it is. Because it was your birth anniversary recently, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Eris? Getting real close and personal. Happy birth anniversary to you. God damn it. I know what's going on here. You're envisioning me in my birthday suit. Spindly goblin cock all a-flapping. I know. I don't blame you. I'm quite tantalizing. God damn it. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday, you cheeky little devil, you. Right? Also, Nibirin, 43 minutes ago, redeemed a whimsical fact, which means that we are going to give a nice whimsical fact about sex. Previously, we had a whimsical fact about sex in the fact that we found out that in the 1700s, there were sex guides. As in, literally, you could buy a pamphlet on where to go to get specific types of sex across London. In fact, most metropolises that had them, London, Birmingham, Manchester, these big locations had places had books throughout the 1700s being like, okay, if you really have got a bit of a foot fetish, go to this place. If you're into delightfully hairy individuals, go to this place. They had all of these different things showing you where you could go and have your rocks, get one's rocks off, as it were. But on top of that, they also had sex clubs. Sex clubs were all the rage in the 1700s, and one of the most notorious clubs was known as Beggars' Benison in St Andrews, Scotland. Members would meet to read banned books like Fanny Hill and to have sex with willing individuals. New members were initiated in a ceremony that involved wanking into a shared bowl and drinking out of penis-shaped glasses. I now want a penis-shaped glass. And I have to say, I can't obviously show you the penis-shaped glass, even if it is for educational purposes, because it's penis-shaped. However, I do have to say that the penis-shaped glass looks remarkably like a crack pipe. I'm going to put it in my mod chat so that people can see. In fact, you know what? I can actually put it in the not safe for work section in the Discord so that people can see if they would like to see. Looks a lot like a crack pipe. Not quite so much like a penis-shaped glass, but it looks a lot like a crack pipe. Like a penis-shaped crack pipe. I would design that differently. So would I. So would I. It was not what I was expecting when I heard the phrase penis-shaped glass by any stretch of the imagination, all right? Menagerie at home, mammals, reptiles, and birds, but also I'm an officer in Thousand Island Pirate Society. Tipsy for a shot. I love Tipsy. I love that. I love that. Movie budgets have also gotten bonkers, whereas a couple of little films like Ghostbusters or Back to the Future had a budget of 25 million and 19 million respectively. Yes, agreed. Agreed. They are a whole scenario going on there for sure. Do have a lot of things to learn. Oh, Scully Bones. If you're 14 years old, Scully Bones, then I have to ask that you leave. Very politely, just ask that you leave. Come back when you're 18. Come back in 4 years. I'll still be streaming in 4 years. Come back in 4 years. We'll have a wonderful, wonderful time. All right. But the kind of things that I talk about are not suitable for young ears. You know. Yeah. Thank you very much, mods, for just re-emphasizing that. And I appreciate you being here, Skilly Bones, but I have to ask that you leave because I've got to cover my own ass. Do you know what I mean? Got to cover my own ass. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that will absolutely take it in the wrong way. You know? How's it going, Shepard? How's it going? It's a nice place to emerge from. I also like plunging myself into the void. I have to say, just goth enough. It has to be said, right? If you do not like the content, then change the channel. No one is forcing you to watch. Completely agree. Completely fucking agree. Absolutely. But that's also the reason, Matt W., why I also say, like, I am not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. Like, you know, when people, like, when you all raided in, I was like, hey, do you know what? If I'm not your cup of tea, that's cool. That's all right. I'm never going to hold it against somebody. Do you know what? I've met people, like, on Nights Out or in TwitchCon or something like that, where I've been, like, having a good talk with them, having a chat with them, all fun and games, and we get on really, really well as people, like, on a night out or in a social gathering or what have you. And then I'll speak to them, and they'll be like afterwards or what have you, and they'll be like, I checked out your content. It's not for me. And it's like, yeah, that's fair enough. That's all right. And we can still have that friendship. We can still socialize, we can still get together, we can still go and have drinks together and have a good conversation and what have you. They are allowed to not like my content or my content not be a cup of their perfect cup of tea and us still be friends. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that I find quite mind-boggling, is people like getting a bit apprehensive, being like, oh yeah, your content's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? People feel like it's gonna absolutely fucking like ruin their lives or ruin their friendship or what have you. And it's like, no. The vast majority of my friends and my family do not check out my content because of the kind of content that I make. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear about all of the ruttings and the questionable dynamics and being used as a condom. Do you know what I mean? In a consensual situation. They don't want to hear about that shit. But and that's okay. That's okay. Oh, Such an itchy nose. Such an itchy nose. Seen a wonderful goth earlier. Black puffy dress with a tiny bit of white trim. Love this. Guessing perhaps it was on the way to a wedding, perhaps. Or maybe they were just wearing it. I've worn a wedding dress to a night out before. I mean, what? What? Me? What? God, I haven't worn a wedding dress to a night out in a long time. I might have to do that again sometime. It's been a long time since I've gone and ruined a wedding dress. Simplex Pachinko, how you doing? How's it going? We prefer to not have you thrown out by the belt loops. Exactly. Now, if I wear a wedding dress, no belt loops. Nothing to worry about, right? Right? I wish I was young enough to be banned for age-related reasons. I mean, we can pretend. It's fine. As long as your physical body has been round the sun 18 times, I'm grand. All right? All right? Both is good. Tabby the Panda, you know it. You know it. Daddy and Chips. Especially when you've had a wonderfully enthusiastic session with Daddy. And then you have, then they bring you chips. God damn it. Throw out by your garter belt? That would be quite an athletic achievement. I'll take it. Right? Chips with Daddy? With sauce on them? Oh yeah, definitely. Everything tastes better with a bottle of ketchup, right? Right, Matt W? Yeah. I remember that fucking advert. Was it like a Heinz ketchup advert? Everything tastes better with ketchup. Oh, it was brutal as well. I'm not going to show it. Because it hasn't aged well. But it was pretty brutal. You forgot Wazowski? Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching. Now do a 12 for me, Wazowski. Yeah, wear that mankini. Yeah, I got some dollar bills here, Wazowski. You know how to earn them. Always watching. Oh, God. Why? Why not? Why not? All right. The old smack the glass bottle adverts. There's the ones. There's the ones. Oh, Jesus Christ. Great opening a bottle of corked wine. You know it. Party trick. It's my party trick. You like rocks? I've heard that about you, Nibirin. Any particular ones you go for? You know? I'm honestly shocked that you don't already have a penis-shaped glass. I've got penis straws. Do you know what? I don't have many genitalia crockery. And maybe I need to fix that. That needs to be a new thing. Genitalia crockery. Or cutlery, crockery. Is it just glass? Glassware? Is that the official... Fucking hilarious. And now it's on the internet forever. Crocetalia. Yeah, a bit of crocetalia. I'm well up for that. Kerjo, that is a whole thing. And we go full circle to Shop Quinky. That reminds me of the penis-shaped glass in We Got the Moves song. I don't know that one, Midgardo. At least it's not ringing any bells. You forgot the Mutascope where lewd pictures were shown? Yeah. Well, this is the thing, Matt W. When somebody redeems a whimsical fact, we'll give them one whimsical fact. One whimsical fact about schmecks. Sexy times, all right? I forgot how to show you the penis-shaped bong when you're here. Oh, no! Boo! Oh, I'm gutted, Samba. You'll have to send me a photo of it. Right? How can they show you that? It takes me back to the Mary Whitehouse era. Yeah. Fucking hell. Your content tickled my taint. It's not for me. Some randomer at Twitch. I've had quite a few people very specifically say to me that it's like, yeah, no. What do you know what surprises people the most when they meet me in real life? What surprises people the most is the fact that I am exactly the same. That's what surprises people the most. People being like, oh my god, you're actually just like this all the time. I'm like, yeah, this is just the way I've always been. What do you want from me? People, like, there's a certain amount of people. I'm not going to say a fair amount of people. There are some individuals who are like, hey, this guy's larger than life. He's obviously putting it on for the camera and stuff like that. And when you meet him in real life, he's real chill and whatever. Hello, it's me, Kesha, right? Just like, hey, how's it going? Let's go do stuff. And then they sometimes make the foolish decision of being like, hey, Val, do you want to go on a night out? And I'm like, game on. Let's go. And then like, fuck, this guy's a hazard. Let's quickly do the Irish exit. The Irish exit, for those people that don't know, is just leaving without saying goodbye, which I am an avid fan of. I'm an avid fan of people leaving me. Like, if I'm going and I'm partying and I'm doing bits and pieces, and them just being like, cool, let's just leave Val there and we'll go. We'll just leave him there. Later on, he'll find a cheesy chip wrap and it'll be fine. All right. I haven't worn a wedding dress like at all. Maybe you should get one for a night out, Eris. Might wear one to the next TwitchCon. How's that? Wear a wedding dress to TwitchCon for sheer shits and giggles. I claim the day for the next party stream. Wear the dress, queen. I am on board that. I don't have it anymore because, unsurprisingly, the wedding dress that I did wear out to the night out got fucking annihilated. It was not in a good state in the morning. That was one of the times that I fell asleep in a bush. It was an experience. Great time. Great night. I fell asleep in a bush. You know? Does said wedding dress have matching small top hat to go with it? And lots of lace? That one didn't. Do you know what? I've got fucking tiny little fruit flies everywhere and they're pissing me right off. I see them in the camera every so often. They're just like, woo! And I'm like, you little fuck! The most annoying of all... No, the second most annoying of all flies. To the point where I actually got the Hoover out the other day and I was just going around just putting it near the fly, and the fly is not strong enough to get out the way of the Hoover. Moida. I'm a vegetarian as well. Moida. Van, why not exactly? I'm gonna do one more minute of that. That was almost there. On board it. Sound like Noel Fielding from Mighty Boosh. Eels up inside ya, find an entrance where they can. Eels up inside ya. My favorite character, Jam Jar Brain. Have I ever told you about the fact that I cosplayed as the Hitcher from Mighty Boosh? Have I ever told this story? I must have done. There's no way I couldn't have done. Let me pull up a picture so people... I have in person? Okay. Remember talking about the gay club? Oh, yeah. Images. Let me pull up an image of this delightful individual. Is there an image of the full thing? Okay. Big warning in the fact that he is quite creepy. So if you don't like creepy things, then perhaps this isn't for you. But I'm going to show you a picture of the Hitcher. He's a character from a UK TV show called The Mighty Boosh. okay? Which they haven't done in years, you know what I mean? But this is the Hydra, played by Noel Fielding. He has a solo polo peeper and a massive thumb. And he's a bit of a cockney. Bit of a cockney. Ah, my old solo polo peeper. Eels up inside your fun. Yep. I once cosplayed as the Hydra. Top hat, red scarf, big long jacket, bleached blonde hair. However, when I cosplayed as the Hydra, they no longer made the giant polos. They used to be a product where there was like a giant polo full of all the middles of polos. That was like their thing. They'd sell the middles of polos, and they'd be in a giant plastic polo. And that was what they ended up using for the solo polo peeper, which they obviously had to, as you can see there, they had to get rid of everything that said polo because that'd be branding. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have one of those. And I needed to use something for the solo polo peeper. The only thing that I could find that was the right shape, the right girth, the right dynamic was a cock ring. Yeah, Tabby, a cock ring. I had a cock ring that had it had like magnets around it, and it had weird little nubbins, so I cut all the nubbins off, and I couldn't paint it because nothing would stick to the silicone, so I ended up wrapping the cock ring in white electrical tape and then gluing it to my eye. Me solo polo peeper. So cockeyed for cosplay. Effectively, yeah. Oh, amazing. Oh my god. My mods are putting in unhinged stuff in the mod channel. So I take a moment every so often and then get distracted. I'm like, what is going on here? My ex used to call ketchup Bachelor's Gourmet Cooking Sauce. Amazing links. Fucking love that. Love that. A friend of mine of the Hubs did a snow angel in a mankini for no reason apart from the fact we dared him. I mean, that's not no reason, Lunacon. That's not no reason. That is a fully fledged, thought out and felt out reason. Okay? That was an amazing impression. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm now laughing like a smash robot. Yes. My nose is so fucking itchy. I feel like I got like a dog hair or something tickling my nose. I haven't seen Chunk maybe. Chunk's a big golden retriever, really. Amethyst? What do you mean amethyst? I didn't make a solo polar peeper out of amethyst. Oh, Crocodile, right? Yeah. The Heinz advert hasn't aged well. No. Tabby the Panda, there's an awful lot of things that haven't aged well, which is the reason why I'm like, I'm not going to show that on stream. No photo, just get your ass here again. Well, there we go. That's the only excuse. That's the only thing we can do, really, right? Also, the link being called Blinding Smelly Moe's Big Brother. Wow. Okay. Not nose, Moe's. All right, there we go. I expected you kind of to just be you when I met you. Yeah, that's why I always assume that people are just how they are, you know? When people are different, that's when I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Well, you're different to the way that you were on stream. Well, what's going on there? You know? And obviously people have off days or particularly excitable days, you know? That's fair. That's all right. I would say it's possibly different when it comes to ASMR artists. I've had some pretty wild nights out with ASMR artists, and that I always find very entertaining because of how harmonious and peaceful they are on stream. And then you go out on a night out and it's like, okay, party time then. Let's go. Metal Pop Fusion, we got Moves, Electric Callboy, good German band with a lot of tongue-in-cheek. I know Electric Callboy, but I don't know much of their stuff. They never grabbed me, you know. My friend's partner and I had never had a side conversation, and they realized that I yap the exact same text or call or video call or stream or stage, etc. Just yeah, exactly like Phoenix Dog. It's just the way we are, right? So I'm live a month ago, so much fun. Yeah. Sleeping in a bush with a wedding dress on brand. I mean, a moose. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not untrue, Nibrin. It's not untrue. I just haven't worn it. Hubs and I eloped at the courthouse, so I wore a nice little Renaissance dress instead of the wedding dress and purchased for when we were going to do a big old ceremony. And then did you just not do the big old ceremony? Maybe you could do that, like the big old ceremony for like a specific wedding anniversary, or like a vow renewal or something like that, Eris, you know? I've also sort of fallen asleep in a bush before. She wasn't happy about it. You have just brought back quite the memory there, Matt. I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. Actually, a couple of memories where I have been with people where they've fallen asleep on me and I've fallen asleep on them just because we were annihilated. Yeah. That. Oh, wow. Wow, that was a flashback. that was a flashback and a half. Ah, brilliant. That whole thing. There is a unique level of drunkenness. All right, friends, where you are desperately trying to keep things going and you are not able to. You know, all right? You know that state that a toddler gets to, all right? That a toddler gets to where they are desperately trying to stay awake. They're like sat eating their food or what have you, and they're just like, and you're like, I think it's time to bed for bedtime. I think maybe we should go out for some. No. That state, there is a unique state that is shared by toddlers and people that are just at a very, very specific level of drunk. Where they're like, I am desperate to stay awake because whatever it is that I'm engaging with, it doesn't have to be sexual, whatever I'm engaging with, I am enjoying and I want to keep fucking going. But the body is going, no, we're fucking shattered. The mind is willing, but the body is not. And the body's going, no, you are real tired. You need to sleep like now. You have pushed past your limits. You need to sleep right now. And I say, no. Yes. I've definitely been in those situations before. Where the body has well and truly, like my mind has been willing, but the body's like, no, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep fucking doing this. All right. You fed Hoover an insectivore diet. All right, yeah, the Hoover, yeah. The vacuum cleaner. Many people might not know it's called a Hoover. The vacuum cleaner. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to wait to make it to O2. Till they make it to Oz, yeah. Looks like a shady merchant or a dealer, less legal wares. That's exactly what it was, to be honest with you, Michaela Bot. That was exactly what the hitch was. I'm the hitcher, gonna come and get you. Me solo polo people, that's right. He was just an old cockney who was sketchy as fuck. Liked weeing on people. Please let it be a donut. You're desperate for a donut there, whenever and where. Oh my god, said no one ever. Agree. Oh, exactly. I am nothing if not predictable, right? Nothing if not predictable. But that was the only thing that was going to work. That was the only thing that was going to work. I had no choice in the matter, you know? If you said urinal cake, I'll die laughing, but now I'm actually laughing more hearing what you actually used. Yeah, it had to be done. It was the only thing that could get that solo polo dynamic, all right? We call that being on brand. What, being predictable? Yeah. Do you know what the greatest thing about being predictable is? The absolute greatest thing about being predictable is when you're not. Having a reputation, fulfilling that reputation in every way, shape, or form, and then every so often, just throwing out a little curveball. Just a little curveball. All you beautiful people that may or may not well be here from Kolo's raid earlier, because I realize it's much later now, and therefore many of you may have gone to beddy buys, all right? But I remember the first time that I heard Kolo swear. And I was like, I remember that. I remember it clearly. And I was just like, honestly, it was like fucking Christmas. It was like Christmas. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, 100%. Being on brand until you're not. It was excellent. I should be able to if I keep proving myself wrong about spelling. Yeah. I love this place to bits. It's time for me to dive out. No worries, Kerjo. You take it easy, you beautiful bean. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you popping by. And I appreciate you throwing out that beautiful sub again. And replenishing your sexy little founder badge. Yes, sexy little founder badge there, you know. This one was fully thought out. The other one wasn't. I just pressed buttons, and this is most definitely well thought about. The punched orange. Honestly, not going to lie to you, friends. That is my favorite emote of all time. The punched orange is my favorite emote that has happened on this channel. No, we didn't. I think I will do it next year, but it's up in the air still. That's fair. That is entirely fair. Eris, there's obviously no fucking pressure by any stretch of imagination. Dawson Peele's anti-drink driving ad is my favorite from the 90s, which it wasn't relevant now as it was then. Oh, yeah. And I remember seeing these ones. Look at them. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it so much. I remember seeing an old 70s don't drink and drive ad, and it was a gear, like when you drive stick for those people in America, but it was like a set of gears. So it was like reverse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th one, it was like a pint of beer with a big cross through it, and the advert was "Don't go for that 5th pint." That was the 70s anti-drink drive. The 70s, 1970s anti-drink drive advertising was "Don't go for the 5th pint." Yeah, wild times. Falling your food, kind of sleep. Yeah, exactly. Falling your food, kind of sleep. Toddlers and drunks have a lot in common. Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Facts. Like a light switch, off you go. Including burpees. Yeah. On feel that. I love a little dick face. Oh yeah. I love that Doom Hippie. That is a good one. Friends, I want to see your favorite emotes. Doesn't have to be from your own channel. Doesn't have to be from like anybody. Just if you have a favorite emote that you have currently available to your in your selection of emotes or what have you, I would love to see them. Whatever that emote may be. We can't get much more unhinged on this channel, so we're all good. Working at a cafe this weekend feels like this. Yeah. Exactly, right? God damn it. It can be from your channel or anybody else's channel. Hello. No, was that the Animaniacs jam jar? Oh my god, a twerking skeleton. Love that. Bouncing little dancing duck. Uh-huh. Tabby, love the TOS. Love the little rolling TOS. Right now, this one is mine. The very angry partier. Love that. Yes, it was. Oh my god. I also like that one. That party version of the troll is the Christmas one, but I just loved it so much because of its psychedelic dynamics that I was like, right, I need to this one. It's actually got a Christmas hat on it. Not that you can really tell, but it's got a Christmas hat on it, and I was like, but I love the way that it vibes so much. I need to keep it. I need to keep it. All the little cat ones, yeah. Yes. Bit of jam jar love there. What's that one? A cheers. A skeleton pirate doing cheers. Yeah, on board that. Is that a panicking cat? Love that one. Love this. Angry party apple and this one. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Creepy. Creepeats. Doing all of the swears. Yes. Oh, Michaela Bot throwing in a bit of Abby Stabby with the management there. Mm-hmm. Nibberin, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Why? Is that one of our emotes? Oh yeah, tier 3. Which is only just less cursed than this. Yeah, I also quite like this one, Nibberin. I like this one. The dog, balloon dog pooping out another balloon dog. That one's I like that one. That tickles me. Love an unhinged moment. On board it. Yeah, 100%. Most of mine get clipped. And you know what? Some of those clips are now becoming blurps. I'm slowly but surely making the blurp library bigger. Look on people's faces when you go off the rails. Mm-hmm. Color swearing is so rare that she has a jar. Ban sadly would need a GDP of small nations to cover it. Greeto, never a truer thing have you ever said, friend. Never a truer thing have you ever said. That is so true. My own father once described my language as, oh, Valen, yeah, he's got a bit of a dirty mouth. He's usually a word every 4 fucks. And I was like, that is so accurate. That is so accurate. I do swear a hell of a lot. And the donations to cover the swear jar pour in. I know. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, of course, Blackjack Baron, because everyone loves it. Everyone loves a little swear. They've done studies, by the way, friends. They have done scientific studies that have proven that people that swear are more honest people. People that openly swear are more honest as individuals. Make some charity very happy. Oh, for sure. For sure. Could not be PG anymore unless small child is around. I do not know how anyone can, especially on here. Oh, honestly, yeah, Lunicon, I wouldn't dare. Like, when I'm around my nephews and stuff, when I'm around the nibblings, I keep it to a minimum. Keep it to an absolute minimum. And I normally tend to just fall into, like, the same mentality of when I was a children's entertainer, you know? Used to be a kid's entertainer. Can't be asked for that shit now, but I used to be a kid's entertainer. And, yeah, you just fall into, hey, everyone, let's all go do these things. Come on. Uncle Val's gonna go, I don't know, take you to the park. Let's go. You know? Especially after submitting the PG-13 redeem. He goes out with swears of an entire year in a minute. Oh, yeah, that's true. That fucking hell. PG-13. PG for 30. That was it. PG for 30. When it was like, we had a channel point redeem that was literally 30 minutes of me being PG. Chunk's just gone out somewhere. I just wanted to know whether he's messaged me to tell me where he's going. No, he hasn't. That's fair enough. That's all right. He's obviously going to go somewhere important. How's it going, Dancing Nerd? How you doing? What shenanigans are we up to today? We've had quite a lot of different conversations, to be fair. At the moment, we're talking about favorite emotes. But yeah, the conversations have been a bit all over, which has been great. Love to see it, always. From how do penguins coyly engage themselves to the inner workings of the finances of the movie industry. You know what I mean? Aim for a penny, thank you very much. Lunicorn Mon, appreciate that. Thank you, gigantifying the punched orange emote. Like a punched Satsuma. Also completely fine with how we got married, because big weddings were never my thing. No, that's perfectly fine. I never doubted it for a minute, to be honest with you, Aris. It never even crossed my mind. I was just like, yeah, fair enough. I have absolutely no doubt that you will have enjoyed. Like, the thing about weddings is I always think that they're really, really fucking personal. They're personal for the people who are getting married. Doesn't matter who everyone else can fuck off. Everyone else can quite literally do one. And I say that as a bitter man, because my best friend eloped, and he was like the only chance I was ever going to have of being a best man. So I've been a maid of honor, but I've not been a best man. And I was like, you fucking tool. How fucking dare you? I was more angry than his wife's mother about the fact that they eloped. Little shits. Little fucks. They did have plans to come back and have a big celebration, but they never did. So it was like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, yeah, fair enough. Okay, there. Bob Ross painted lady. Fucking hell. I've seen the Bob Ross documentary. That was pretty fucking harrowing. Oh, I love the crap one there, Jam Jar. That's pretty good. That's a really good one. I think I like this one. Made me giggle. Yes. The boobs one. Love that, Sembar. Also, Nikki. Yeah, 100%. 100% on board that. Lunicorn gigantifying the twerking. The twerking booty. Mm-hmm. The swoon. Oh, yeah, Lunicorn. The swoon one's a good one. ESP. Mm-hmm. On board that. I need to do more, really. Oh my god, Nibirum. Which one's that? The Browse one? And the Brat Paddle? Yeah. I've taken to quoting Sadie Doyle from Thrilling Adventure Hour. I swear like a sailor who in her spare time tutors truckers. I like that. I like that a lot. Always reminds me of It'll Be Okay. And to buy more sellotape. The emotional support plunger reminds you that it'll always be okay. It'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. And to buy more sellotape. Love that. Love that. A friend of mine told me that she appreciates that I don't care if she swears in front of me. She's from the South in the US, so it's not considered ladylike. Fucking ladylike bullshit. So frustrating. Oh my god. There's a great clip of Chunk breaking the timer with that. Yes. That went on for fucking ages as well. There was like there was a whole thing with like PG for 30 where me and Chunk were drinking together. I can't even remember. Was it like a random stream or was it like a celebration or something? Chunk is my housemate, by the way. Classic X Chunk. Can I get a shout out for Classic X Chunk? Because he's streaming a lot more these days, which is good. But it was Vainmus. It was Vainmus. Oh, was it? But Classic Chunk came in and we got a little bit drunk together. People go check out Classic Chunk. This is my housemate. He's a glorious human being. Wholesome as shit. Burps, farts, does all of the glorious things. But yeah, he's good people. But there was a whole thing where it was like PG for 30, and if he was going to be on my stream, I was like, you need to adhere to the rules as well. So being a little bit drunk, every single time that one of us swore, the timer got reset. So we'd have to be extra PG for extra long, and it lasted like an hour and 15 minutes. Because he was just so used to just being like, oh yeah, well fuck it all, it doesn't matter, you know. It's like, wait, what? Back to the beginning with us. Let's go. Oh my god, Greedo, that one of Alexander Griffin is amazing. That you're right, that never gets old. I can understand why. That's excellent. Alexander Griffin, I enjoy you eerily peering at me. Thank you very much for the shout out of Classic Chunk. Yeah, people go check out Classic Chunk. He's good people. He's good people. He's good people. Good thing I'm not a lady. I know, right? Oh, I clip on my PC somewhere. Yeah. Chunk on PG-13 was terrible. Chunk reset the timer so many times. And the PG for 13 was unnerving as shit. PG for 30 even was unnerving as shit. It was not a good state of being for anybody involved. It was not a good state of being for anybody involved. At all. It was just like, okay. Let's go. Let's do the thing. Hi, everyone. My name's Valen. Can we all say that together? Valen. Okay, friends. Let's all go and do a thing. Yeah. It was very much that. Very, very much that. Hey, friends. How are you? People would get me to do a smolder, and I would literally have to light a candle, blow it out, and show people that that was a smolder. A cheeky kiss was like a kiss on the cheek. Mwah. There we go. Little kiss on the cheek. Isn't that wonderful, friends? You know, in Europe, they kiss on both cheeks just to say hello. Yeah, it was fucking wild. Oh, Linda? Linda? Yeah. Whoever Linda is, Linda. Definitely. Definitely Linda. Oh, you're in Adland? Oh, the ads have just finished. There we go. There we go. Done and done. I believe she has said things of that nature. Yeah, good. So she should. This is my favorite because it makes me feel weird, which I love. That is a good one. Who is that? If you don't mind me asking, Nibrin, who's that one from? I don't recognize them. Oh, I've made it bigger. It's a Momo one. It's a Momo one. I was taught about Momo. Val meets Miss Rachel is scary. No thanks. All right. Hi, friends. Yeah. Exactly. Linda is definitely authentically French and loves dad jokes about as much as you do. In which case, I feel like me and Linda would get along very, very well. Alexander Griffin, if you could pass on my flirtatious affections, that would be great. I love somebody who hates dad jokes as much as me and has a French accent. On board it, all right? Ads pay for Val's and Alexandra's, all worth it. You are a gem, Greedo. And do you know what? That goes out to all you beautiful people that have sat through, persevered through the ads. Oh my God, there it is. Enjoy the memory. Music. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Fucking hell, look at Chunk's beard. Look at Chunk's beard. Oh, he had such a thick, dense beard back in the day. He's trimmed it all down now. He's got like a nice, quite a neat thingy. And do you know what? I will say, I think he really suits his beard. I think he really, really suits his beard. Ooh, interesting. Thanks, Embar, for putting that link in there. Okay, let's have a look. See what this is all about. I can't remember this, so...
What is wrong with you? This is not some options Cadbury's 40 calories per 3 spoons rubbish. God, I had to fucking try. Oh! No! We were so close! We were halfway through! Halfway through, Chunk! Oh my God! I don't want to play anymore. I want to go home.
That was a perfect example, an absolute fucking perfect example of Chunk desperately trying to contain his swearing through the medium of swearing. It was just like, oh God. Oh, Jesus. We were literally halfway through as well, and we had to reset it. That was the longest we'd got through it. That was the longest we had got through the 30 minutes. Because it just slipped out where he was just like, this isn't some rubbish. And he was like, oh, I had to hold it there. It was, oh, fuck, I had to hold, oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Think it was Vainmus? It looks like Vainmus. It looks like a Vainmus scenario, for sure. For sure. Right or Die, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Welcome on in. Love that one. I love that. Is it like a little party carrot? That looks like a party carrot. I've never thought I'd ever use the phrase party carrot, but I am a fan. I am a fan of party carrots. You know? It was so fun and horrible at the same time. Yeah. Do you know what, Michaela? I would say there's been a fair few times in my history of streaming where there have been moments of fun and horror at the same time. Where it's like, this is highly entertaining, but it upsets my soul. You know, I want to go home and be in stitches. Always go to, yeah. I do like Peachy Pixelates as well. Peachy Pixelates Legally Distinct Heart makes me very happy in my soul. It's a legally distinct heart, friends. It's a legally distinct heart. Alan's voice breaking as you get to reset the timer. Yeah, because with the microphone, I had to turn the microphone right up so that it would pick up, because this is a like a directional mic. It only really picks up what's directly in front of it. So when there's the two of us, I gotta like set it over here, but have it pointing at both of us, but then turn the volume right up so that and turn off the noise gates and everything, all the usual stuff that I have on it. And it was just like, no, that just breaks the sound barrier. Right, that's it. God damn it. Fucking hell, chunk your shit. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, the nostalgia, friends. The nostalgia. What a joyous time that was. However, friends, that's summoned it up really nicely. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I caught up with chat. And we've ending on a nice high, which I'm all about. But friends, as always, we're going to go throw some love at another delightful individual. We're going to go throw some love at another wonderful, wonderful human being. But before we do that, could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Especially now we've just been talking about emotes and stuff. I want to see all of them. I want to see all of the love hearts for the mods. Mods, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all you do in and out of stream. All the stuff you do for me behind the scenes, including the chaos that you put inside the mod chat, you little shits. And all the stuff you do for this wonderful community in the Discord as well. I appreciate that. I remember there was talk in the chat at the time. Just let it slide or cancel a day or something because it was going on so long. Oh, yeah, Michaela. Oh, yeah. 100%. Right, let me have a quick look at who we can go throw some love at, because we always go throw some love at another delightful individual, because I may be introducing you to somebody that you love entirely. A new person that could be ticking all of your fancy boxes. All of the things that you could possibly want in your life could happen. If you just follow me, and you'll see a world of something probably questionable, because that's how we roll when we search for a whole of something questionable. All right, new friendo time. Yeah. And I'm quite tempted to oh, hello.
Okay.
Shut up. Why do you not start muted like you're meant to start, you shits? Okay. I think we'll go see this wonderful bean. How long have they been streaming? Okay. I think we'll go see this wonderful bean. Friends, if you can stick around for the raid, even if it's only like 5-10 minutes, I would really appreciate it. Just to go throw some love at another individual, because it always brings me a lot of love and joy to bring you all over to somebody new and make their day a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more tantalizing, you know. It'd be nice to go throw some love at somebody new. Do you know what? We haven't seen this person in a long time. In a long old time. So I think we're going to go say hi to them. Ooh. Because they are a member of my stream team. Friends, we're going to go see Don't Rage Quit. We're going to go see Don't Rage Quit. They are a wonderful human being. And they are a member of my stream team. And I would love to take you over and throw them some love and do all the bits and pieces. If you are not in the raid up here, please click on the link that I have just thrown out there. They are playing Expedition 33. They do like to play lots of a variety of different games. But we're going to go throw them some love. All right? Like I said, friends, if you can stick around for the raid, even if it's only like 5-10 minutes, I'd really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. That's 1 p.m. British time, where we're going to be continuing Date Everything. At time of my arrival as well as ever. Oh, Warlock, it's always a pleasure having you. But I'm going to take you over to go see somebody new. So somebody beautiful and glorious and somebody we appreciate. So I hope that you enjoy them as well, you know? Friends, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thanks so much for spending your time here. Thanks so much for the donations. Thanks so much for all you people joining in the chatting. Thanks so much for all you beautiful lurkers. And thanks so much to all you people watching the VOD as well. I really appreciate it, you beautiful beings. Shackle, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Friends, I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. That's 1 p.m. British time, where we're going to be dating some more inanimate objects and possibly existential crisis. Until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, I'll fucking kill you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.